Fairyhook, midnight. 3 teens walk down the streets. Jane, there's no reason to be scared. It's just an empty house. We'll be taking a quick peek, and then we'll be out of there. Yeah? Really, Luke? Well, tell that to Rick here. He won't shut up about this place being haunted or some shit. I don't even know why you guys want to check it out. It gives me the creeps. I'm telling you guys, there's totally something funky going on in there. Wouldn't it be sick to find something? The 3 walk up to a large house with a few boarded up windows and peeling dark blue paint. The door is slightly ajar, and the stairs leading up to it are beyond repair. The 3 of them take a deep breath and open the door, taking a step inside. A few steps in, Luke turns to the other 2. See? Nothing to worry about. The door slams shut. Jane goes to the door to open it, but it won't budge. What's happening? The sound of heavy breathing resonates from deeper inside. Then screaming. Then silence. Let's hop in with our players real quick.
Until it's achieved.
Howdy ho, gamers.
Hello.
Good morning.
So, from the sounds of it, we're going to start this off with Candace and Lil Willy. So, for for your sake, we are going to... I will set the scene for you real quick, and we'll just ad-lib it from there. So Candace is currently, you see her across the desk in the lobby, just filling out some paperwork. You can't really tell what she's working on, but she is working away studiously on it. And Little Willy, you walk in, and you have one mission, and it is to spend a little time with Candace.
Nice. All right. So we're just chilling in the lobby, huh?
Yep.
Lil Willy, we're walking up to Candace and kind of, do the classic, what's the thing where you put your arm on the counter kind of thing? Like elbow, whole forearm on the counter and say, whole forearm and say, hey, you need help with anything?
Candace looks up, slightly startled, and, I have Eb out on some errands right now. I'm sure we could find something for you to do. Yeah, here, come back here. I have some records that need sorting. It sounds like we might have another hunt coming up.
Well, yeah, I mean... How does it work as far as our characters? Do we know we're signing up for things, or is it just like convenient we're called? How does it, canonically?
Canonically, you guys essentially sign up for times that you are like week-long periods that you are available, and
Gotcha.
As soon as a hunt happens, you guys are essentially on call, 24/7.
So I imagine this encounter takes place, at least, several days to several weeks before the rest of our session.
I would say that this is actually taking place like the morning of. Like,
actually, yeah, Candace, that would be great. We've got I'm signed up for a hunt, and I mean, any thing I can do to help you out would actually be helping me out because I never really hunted before, so I'm kind of a little, yeah, it'll be great. Let me just follow you. Lead the way.
Candace leads you behind the desk and takes you to one of the filing cabinets, and it's all of the recent reports from like the last day that could be monster sightings, could be other things, but none of them are like any sorts of confirmed cases, and there's no actual victims right now. So, just take a look-see through these, and if anything seems, I guess, out of the ordinary, just let me know. And then she kind of has this look on her face, realizing that you probably don't know what to be looking for because you've never really hunted before. And she's just like, oh, let me here. We'll look through a few of these, I guess.
Oh, do them together?
Yeah, at least till you get the hang of it, and then we can. Is there a problem with that?
No, that's great for me. Miss Ella blush.
Finger pointing left, finger pointing right. um. So the two of you start working on some of these files and start milling through them, and bringing a few of them to the desk. Candace is sort of working over your shoulder and pointing out some of the things to you.
Oh.
How tall is Lil Willy, out of curiosity?
See, the problem is, the human am 6'2".
Yes.
So like I'm trying to imagine, like if I say he's like 5'8" or something like that, like I don't even know what it would be like to be 5'8" as a person. Like what is that like?
I mean, you would have had to have been there at some point.
Never
right?
in my life. No, I went from 5'7" to 5'9".
Just skip totally
5'7",
over it.
5'7" 3/4. I woke up the next day, I was 5'9" 1/4.
I mean, I guess 5'8" could just sort of make sense. You're sort of a slightly younger dude, so.
This is true. Well, hey, Lil Willy is like 20-something. Yeah. 22. 22?
22? Okay, so you're not that young. I thought you were a little bit younger than that.
I'm not a child. Yeah, no, I'm just joking. Yeah, 5'8" sounds great. Oh, it rhymes. It's gotta be. Here it is.
Okay.
Meant to be.
Candace stands slightly taller than you at standing height. She's at 5'9", and it's just sort of, as you're sitting down, she's just working over your shoulder and pointing out a few of the things to you that you should be like looking out for, and things that probably make it like a null case. Like if somebody's talking about like bad luck during like a ball game or something, then they're probably just sending in false reports because they're mad that they lost the ball game.
I mean, I don't know, Candace. That seems more real to me than most of the monsters we've been, that I've heard of. Bad luck at a ball game? Dude, I've been there. We got to do something about that. That's important, right?
I mean, to some, but it's not a monster causing that bad luck. I mean, unless it is.
I know. I understand how you could see it that way. I get it. You must have never played some ball, huh? Never played ball?
What? Are you questioning my ability to play ball? I can totally play ball.
Not so much ability as experience.
Yeah? You have a lot of experience on the court, huh?
Yeah, even losing is experience.
Oh, okay.
If you want to lose some, get a little experience, I can help you out.
I'm sorry. I'm a little too old to be playing catch.
Yeah, me. I just woke up. Too old to have fun. Yeah, cranky bones getting me down too. I know how it goes. I've been there.
Candace gives you sort of a smirk, and then is like, "We should get back to work." And you guys, the two of you sort of finish up, and or she finishes up her teaching lesson, and you're sort of working on it on your own now. And I would say it's only about like 7:30ish by now. Like, it's pretty early, but for Candace, she's been here pretty much since like 4, so it's not too late for her. uh
In the PM or in the AM?
no,
In
in
the
the
AM.
AM.
You said
Yeah.
it was the morning of. Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So Candace is back to sort of working diligently. Uh do you have more antics up your sleeve?
So, well, if you don't play ball, and you don't like to have fun, what do you do with your time off? And don't say you don't have time off. Don't lie to my face,
I
because
can't
I'll believe it.
can't believe you took away my only out. Um, I like to go down to the waterfront. I do some swimming in my pastime. Well, when I
Oh,
have it.
yeah, I mean, busy schedules. I as much as I do the goof. I've been there, but I get it. I get it.
Uh, at this point, like Lily probably realizes that he has never seen Candace like not behind this desk.
Exactly why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Why he's asking. Why I'm asking. Same thing.
Hmm.
I am Willy.
Yeah. So, yeah. Swimming is sort of my go-to when I get a little bit of time off, but, gosh, I can't remember having time off since back at Lacrimosa University. Got a few days here and there when we got a break, but even
Well,
those I tended to fill with more stuff.
well, how would you like to have more time off?
That's not exactly how this job works, but
Whoa. I'm just, just thinking out loud, a little bit of someone help, I don't know who, maybe you get someone insane enough to pick up a little bit of the slack and that, you would leave when you take a little bit of time, maybe a little someone pick up the slack and, you know,
well,
don't read my
Sarah
mind. I'm,
Sarah does know how to run the front. It probably wouldn't be terrible for me to take a
oh
day
yeah,
off here
Sarah,
and
that's what
there.
I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I was trying to say, I could do that, but, oh wait,
yeah, you think
but wait,
you're capable?
I could do it, dude,
You wouldn't
totally.
last a
If
second.
if you take that back. If you can handle playing ball, I can handle running the front desk.
You know what? I'll give you 15 minutes here on the desk. I need to go take a quick break.
Well,
And
take your time. I've got it handled up here. You don't even need to explain how things work. I got this.
Candace sort of rolls her eyes and smiles, stands up, and walks off. As Candace walks off, you get a call. The front desk phone rings.
Well, I answer it. I say,
What do you answer
oh,
with?
uh, uh, good morning. Middletower here. How can I help you?
Um, I I have a serious report. Hi, um, this is Jim Canterbury, and uh, my son, a few of his friends are gone, along with him, and I don't know where they went.
Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. Can you tell me their names?
Um, Luke Canterbury, uh, Rick Charles, and uh, Jane. Gosh, I can't remember her last name. Uh, I I really need. This is very important. Uh, can you guys
Okay,
look
go
into
ahead.
this?
Yeah, I'll write up a report and we'll get after it as soon as we're able. What can you tell us about what you know that happened?
And
Yeah, that's right.
just as that sort of happens, or just as you ask that, you hear Candace like rushing from the back room, realizing that you had picked up the phone, and uh, she stands in front of you and like holds out her hand.
I hold the phone away, to the side and say, you're still on break. I've got 15. Oh, I've got about 13 more minutes. Be patient.
She steps up and snatches the phone from your hand.
Darn. I tried.
Hi, sorry about that.
His name's Jim.
This is Candace
His name's Jim.
Everbright. Uh,
His name's Jim. His name's Jim.
and
Mr.
uh,
Canterbury. Mr. Canterbury.
Candace's face has turned from like joking with you to complete business mode, and she immediately pulls out a report file from under the desk and starts filling it out. And
Oh, I'd already
she
started.
sort of points to the back and at a certain filing cabinet that you guys just had open. And she like holds up a few fingers, but you have no idea what it means. And
We'll go to the filing cabinet.
that's where we're sort of going to kill this little segment for
Cool.
now.
Great. Thanks.
Yeah. Um, we start up at about 9 a.m. Everybody has been called in at this point. Everybody is currently in the lobby that is in this hunt. And Candace is standing there with a very empty looking report. And is leaning up against like the back of a chair, standing, while everyone else is sort of gathered around her in a circle. So, we've gotten a report of a few kids having gone missing in Fairyhook, and police in the last, I guess it's only been like an hour or so since this was called in, but at least to us, police haven't found any human culprits as of yet. There are just 3 missing kids all around the age of like 14 to 16. And, well, looks like y'all are on this case. We don't know much about the subject, and this is the only report that we've gotten, so we can assume it's not really making any moves currently, but there's really no telling how dangerous this monster might be.
What indication do we have that it's a monster?
Mostly just the lack of human culprits thus far. Lacrimosa isn't a huge town, or a huge city. And, well, from my understanding, kids were walking around the sort of west side of Fairyhook They were, at least they were supposed to be last night when they said they were going out. And that's about all we got. They just up and disappeared. No reports from anybody else about having seen them since last night when they left about, 10 o'clock at night? In fact, one of the families simply found, I believe it was the family of Jane, they just found an open window in her room in the morning, which means they probably snuck out. So...
If that's our only lead, then we should get going.
Agree.
Is that all that you can tell us there?
Yeah, I would say best bet would probably be looking around, asking any civilian sort of around that area, if there's any odd occurrences that have happened lately, maybe any places that might be rumored to be haunted, things like that, stuff that people are generally staying away from, that kids might want to get into. That's probably your best bet.
Okay, thank you for your help. We'll get after it.
If you guys need anything, remember, you guys can always either call and ask, or if you have evidence to run back to us for us to analyze, Ellie is always willing to do that. We are here and ready to be used as needed. Be safe. We had a hunt earlier last week that went off fairly well, but with some injuries. The less amount that we can have, the better. So.
Understood.
Alrighty. Let's head toward Fairyhook and see what we can't drum up over there.
Like heading home, I'll show you the way. So leading the way, we head out to, I assume we're all ready to leave. Head out to Fairyhook.
Yep.
Did we actually get the location of these people's houses?
I would say, yeah, it's in the file.
Cool.
So
So we head out to the, who was it? Jane or whatever's house?
Canterbury?
Oh, the Canterbury, yep. Jim Canterbury.
Was it Jim? Or
It was.
June? Or...
Jim. There was Jim. The three kids were, I guess, the
Yeah, don't worry, it's
the
okay.
dad. The dad
Lil
that was
Willy
on the
made a
phone.
report from the phone, so he's prepared.
Yeah.
Jim Canterbury, the father.
Yes.
Luke Canterbury, the probably son. Rick Charles, the presumably friend. And Jane. Jane Doe.
Alright.
All right, let's head to the Canterbury house.
They were missing?
What was that?
What's that?
How long did you say they were missing?
They went missing last night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing this is pretty much bright and early in the
Cute. They
morning.
could have just snuck out on a little trip or something around the city.
Yeah,
I did that all the time.
Well, let's find out. Perhaps when we talk to the folks, perhaps they have means of communication that they didn't use.
Awesome.
In which case, if they did have that, there would be considerable reason for concern. You know, having the ability to call home and not.
True. So, we start our investigation in the first portion of the day, since we're canonically starting around 9. You guys have 24 hours to solve this. The segments are as follows: morning, day, shadows, sunset, dusk, nightfall, midnight, dawn. And you guys are starting, of course, in morning. So, Y'all got any moves up your sleeves? Or I need to know what each person is planning on doing. If you guys are planning on... Oh, sorry, I'm adjusting something on my mic.
I don't really want to roll this, but I'm pretty sure I have to. I'll just... It says at the beginning of the mystery.
Are you in good standing with your sex?
Right.
Hello?
Yeah, I would assume since it's the first hunt, I am.
Give me a plus charm roll, James.
It's awesome. Let's do that.
A
Didn't fail
mixed
it, let's go.
success.
Nice.
Already doing better than last.
Get a mission associated with the mystery. And if you do not, you'll get some info or help, too.
If I do it, the mission, then I get some info or help.
And if you do it, okay.
If I do it, yes.
How do you... Where does James go to communicate with his mysterious sect?
I would assume I have ways of communicating with them without traveling too far away.
Yes, and we will get into that now. You feel a small rumble in one of your pockets, James, and you pretty much know what this means immediately, and you take a step to like the side of the group, and it's just as everybody goes to start to leave, you take a step to the side, and you have it is like a small little crystal, and words start scrolling across it fairly quickly, but you're sort of used to this by now. I will write you up a quick mission, and you will sort of decide if you want to do it / look out for doing it. Hold on, let me...
Excellent. And that doesn't count. That doesn't count as my morning move. That's just associated with the beginning of the hunt.
Yes, that is
right?
just the beginning of the hunt.
Cool. That's why I was like, I don't know if I want to do this, cause
Yeah. No, that's definitely not like a move that you're taking. It is just at the beginning of the hunt you do this. So
excellent.
Oops.
Solid move there.
Nobody expects it.
When...
Okay, I got something finally.
Be murder all 3 of the children. Yep, that's it. It's the one. See.
And you know that your little crystal on top of being able to essentially send like these messages, it can take small amounts of like matter and transport them long distances. I would say no bigger than like a penny. Like it's small, but
I see.
You can transfer it long distances. So
Good though. Good.
So, I need to know what everybody is going to be trying to do.
My best guess is just searching any sort of buildings around the area that look like places kids might hang out. And I have no idea what I'm looking for.
Alrighty. I also need to know if you guys are sort of splitting up to do these things, who you're going with, so on and so forth. Enlil wants to just be looking around for places that kids are hanging out. Does anybody want to go with her, or are you this sort of a separate deal while you guys are investigating?
I would like to talk to any other children that I find around that are around their age.
Okay.
I will not be going with either of them. I, Lil Willy, will be talking to the families.
That's probably a really good idea.
As the mundane of the group, I figure that is my, my role.
Yeah, makes sense. And James, what would you like to be doing?
I think talking to the families is a really solid idea, so I may tag along with that.
Okay.
And just offer help in any way I can with there's two families or multiple people or whatever it means to helping out in that way.
Okay, cool. So let's start real quick with Enlil then, because I feel like this will sort of set the scene a little bit. So roll me investigate a mystery, and we'll see what you're sort of able to find.
How do I do that?
On your character sheet, next to, or at the top of it, let me snag yours real quick. There's Hunter Moves reference. You can expand that. And then there should be Investigate a Mystery, and you can click the dice next to it.
Alright.
And then it'll ask, oh, by the way, as a group, you guys have a single +1 to investigate a mystery thanks to somebody's downtime activity. And it is a hold
Nice.
1, so you guys can use it whenever you feel like you need to, like, move a failure up to a success or so on and so forth.
Oh, okay.
Pressing the dice, but nothing's happening.
It should open, like, a tiny window that says, like, put in an input value.
It'd just
I
be
don't
0.
see this.
Make sure, like, move your character sheet window, and it might be behind it.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
And that should just be a 0.
Yeah, it should just be a 0.
Or is it a... Okay.
That is, like, extra
Sharp
stuff.
default submit.
Yep. That is a 4. That is a failure. Mark experience. Enlil, sort of fittingly, as you said, walks around looking for stuff and is not really able to find anything, mostly just because she doesn't really know what she is looking for, as you said before. So you sort of wander around the west side of Fairyhook and sort of come up empty as far as places that kids might hang out.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of
That's what's
quiet.
expected.
Sort of quiet town, very, like, I guess, suburban kind of living. And you just come up a little empty-handed. Let's jump to Z.
Quiet and serene rock. Empty-handed.
Let's jump over to Z. So you're just walking around talking to people, essentially? Walking around talking to kids?
Yes.
Okay. You find,
Well, whoever seems to be around their age.
yeah. You find a group of, like, 16-year-olds that are sort of in the area, and, you would walk up to them.
Let's see here. Let's see, and where's... Okay, Okay. Their names are Jane, Rick, and Luke? No. I don't know what their names are.
That
I need
was
to
that
write down
was
their names.
that was correct. Jane, Rick, and Luke.
Oh, okay. Okay. um, hello there. Have you seen these three? Were we provided any pictures of these people?
No, not currently.
That is unfortunate. Excuse me, do you happen to have seen...
You definitely know one of their last names. It was Luke Canterbury.
I'll just leave it at that, then. Excuse me, do you happen to know Luke Canterbury?
Oh, yeah. One of them. It's a guy with, slightly longer hair, and he's just sort of chill and leaned up against the side of a building. He's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, Luke. Oh, we hang out every once in a while. Yeah. What's up?"
You wouldn't have happened to seen him yesterday, would you?
Some. I think sometime yesterday. Why? What do you need with him?
Well, he happens to be missing.
Oh. Huh. Well, what
You wouldn't
can I
happen to
do?
know anyone? You wouldn't happen to know anyone who would know where he likes to hang out, or would happen to know where he has gone? I'm sure he's just out and about. Maybe a little bit too long.
Well, I don't know. Man, I don't know where he would have went, but uh, yeah, there might be some people over here. He was real close with this oh, what was their name? Rick Charles? Real close with them. Maybe go check up with them?
Ah, that is unfortunate. Rick Charles is also missing.
Oh. Huh.
Well, if you happen to hear or see anything, and I hand them, like, probably some guild-related card,
Mm-hmm.
contact me.
Yeah, absolutely. Will do. I actually, do me a favor and roll, investigate a mystery.
Okay, that's the dice button. There's like a red dice and a white dice.
Either, they're both the same button.
I see. Okay. Oh, okay. So there's like a default.
Yeah, it should be
trying to remember
default.
about this.
So you don't have any pluses or minuses right now, unless you want to use the +1 that you guys have as a group.
As a group, I don't think I should make that decision by
Did you say
myself.
we can use that +1 retroactively, though?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so just don't use it for now, and then we'll just see if you get close.
Let's have it as a mixed success. So you get to hold 1 from the list.
Would 8 be a success?
I mean,
It's
no.
7 through 9 is the same result.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's 1 through 6, 7 through 9, and then 10 plus are the.
All right. It's been a while.
3 cutoffs. Yeah. That's fine. So you get to hold 1 from the list of what happened here, what sort of creature is it, what can it do, what can hurt it, where did it go, what was it going to do, and what is being concealed here?
We go with that last one.
What is being concealed here?
Yes.
Actually, I think I do know something. I'm pretty sure that Rick said that he was going to be going out to some. It was some building here in Fairyhook. I'm not sure which. I know that isn't very. I know that's pretty vague, but there was a specific place that they were going to because it was supposed to be. Let's say it was like haunted or some shit. I don't remember, but if they were anywhere, they were probably going there, according to Rick. So. I don't know where that building might be, but they just said they were going to some sort of haunted building. And he does like big air quotes when he does that.
All right, thanks. Shall we see here?
So which one? So both James and Lil Willy are going together, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I had a question about the help out move. Can I use that retroactively?
Yes,
if
you
his
can.
result is low? Okay, cool.
Also, Kinder, if you're typing, can you mute your mic?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. So which parent do you go to see?
Well, let's go to see Jim first. Mr. Canterbury, he's the one who put in the phone call.
Okay.
I would know because I answered the phone. I'm sorry.
Very good, Willie.
Classic.
Cool. So y'all show up at Jim's doorstep and knock, I'm assuming.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, here we go.
And a very worried man sort of peeks his head around the corner. Short brown hair, sort of fairly built, but oh, are you guys the ones from Middletower?
Yes, sir.
Oh, please, come in. And he opens the door and welcomes the two of you.
Thank you. Well, Mr. Canterbury, first, I'd like to say we're sorry, and we're doing everything that we possibly can to find these kids. Now, what can you tell us that you know? Perhaps there's something that you didn't tell Candace on the phone, or me over the phone.
I'm pretty sure I gave you guys all the information I might know. They left last night, or I guess, Luke asked to go out last night around 10, and I told him it would be fine, because generally he holds up pretty well by himself. He said he was going to go look over two of his friends. That would be Jane and Rick. And then
Do they?
I didn't hear back.
Gotcha. I don't believe we introduced myself. My name's Lil Willy. This is my associate James, with no last name. It doesn't exist.
Good to meet you, Mr. Canterbury.
Wonderful to meet the two. I'm assuming you were you're the same person I talked to over the phone at the start.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you in person.
Yes.
Do the three of them often spend time together? Is this a normal? Is not the disappearing, of course, but is the spending time together a normal thing?
Yes, absolutely. I see the two of them around pretty often. Jane fairly often lately. But yeah, yes, yes.
Where do the do you know anything about the other two story, like, family, where they live, that sort of thing that could help us on our way?
They're not too far away from here. As
If they have any family.
yeah, both their families aren't too far from here, and only a few blocks up or down. Um, I can give you guys their address if you don't already have it.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. I don't
Don't we
actually
have
know
their
if we have it.
address?
What do we already
addresses
do?
of them
Yeah,
in
I
the
would say you
file?
guys already do.
We already have.
Oh, we already have those. While we're here, could we perhaps take a look in um, Luke's room or wherever he was living? I don't know.
What was that? Sorry, I was disassociating.
No worries. So while we're here, could we perhaps take a look? We're just seeing if there's anything unusual about Luke's room where he was living. I assume
yeah, sure. If you
I'm
guys,
assuming he had a room or something.
yeah, sure. If you guys think you can find something in there, and I don't see what would be wrong with that.
Doesn't hurt to look.
Mhm.
I don't presume to find anything, but my associate James he's quite perceptive, so we'll see what he can dig up. With your permission, of course.
Yes, of course. And he leads you back to Luke's room. From the looks of it, immediately fairly empty. There's a desk in there with some papers and stuff sort of strewn about it. You can assume it's like probably school stuff, just from looking at it. And it's a fairly well kept room.
Mind taking a look here, James? See if you can see anything out of place, because I imagine you've got a better eye for this sort of thing than I do. This sort of looks exactly like what I would expect, a kid's room to look like.
So
It's
you're
hard
telling
being
me-
normal, man. It's hard being normal, James.
So what you're telling me is you have a crap sharp score. Is that what you're trying to tell me? You want me to do this?
He doesn't know what his scores are, unfortunately. No metagaming here. Yes, that's what I'm telling you.
Okay. Sure. I guess I can do that.
All right, you want to give me an investigate a mystery?
Nice.
All right.
That's a mixed success. All right, get to hold one. What do you want to know?
I feel like where did it go? We're not gonna get too terribly much because the point is it just left the room. So,
I mean, as I've said, as I've said in the past for like other people's stuff and so on and so forth. No matter what you ask for these questions, I will give you. I'll figure out a way to give you something. You will get some sort of information. I'm not going to screw you over because you asked the wrong question.
Yeah.
Unless you are really fucking out of the ballpark.
So I was kind of looking at where did it go / what was it going to do? Maybe looking for like, is there things that he maybe brought, like things that we can tell that might be missing that he may have brought with him for this specific outing, or any evidence of like a direction possibly?
Perhaps it was like a concert and something, and there's a flyer. Like, you never know.
Yeah.
Kids,
That kind of thing, yeah. Some sort of
Yeah.
indication about direction or intention of where he's gone.
Okay.
As a lead.
So you look at the desk and you see all these papers and you start sort of like just taking a peek at all the papers, just like very quickly looking front and back at all of them. And you look at the back of one of the papers and you immediately recognize that this what's on this page isn't homework. It's sort of like a back and forth between two people. And like they were just like passing a note around in class on the back of their homework sheet, essentially. And the back and forth mentions that there is a haunted building in Fairyhook, and it says in the west side of Fairyhook, it references a haunted building in the west side of Fairyhook near the wall.
Is this a place that I would have any sort of knowledge of, being someone who regularly hoverboards over the roofs of Fairyhook? Would I have any sort of indication of a general area of where this is?
I would say you've probably seen a few sort of abandoned looking buildings that could fit the description. So I would say you have sort of an idea, but maybe not like an exact location, essentially. You got the
Thank you.
You got the gist. Yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Everything seems to mostly be in order.
What do you mean?
Not a lot giving ideas of where or why they could be gone. I'm guessing Jim is still in the room with us. He's just kind of hovering around or whatever.
Yeah.
Not a lot that we can see. So, Mr. Canterbury, I must ask, how was home life? Was Luke happy?
Yeah. As far as I know, he never really had any complaints with me. We don't really argue that much. Him and his mom get along fine as well.
So there's no reason that...
Where is she right now?
Working over in the marketplace currently.
Okay.
So there's no possible reason he may have wanted to band together with some friends and run away from home?
No, not that I can think of.
How are his grades?
Good as far as I know. Solid average student, that's all I could ask for.
Alright.
Okay, well, thank you for your time, Mr. Canterbury. James, unless you think of something else, I suppose we should be on our way, huh?
I think we've gleaned all we can from this area, at least.
Okay, well, thank you for your time,
Jim.
Of course, thank you guys for taking this case.
Yeah, if you find remember anything else, or are looking through and you remember something, see something, please don't hesitate to call Middletower and let Candace know.
Yes, of course.
Or me. You never know when I'll be on the phone, so you can call me too. But yeah.
He gives a slight chuckle and just yes, of course. And
thank you. Have
the two of you out.
Great day. And we'll follow up with you when we resolve this case as well, just so you can get some closure. Hopefully, I mean, honestly, everything's probably fine. They're just kids are kids, but
he smiles and sort of laughs at your attempt to comfort him. And he's like, "Thank you, I appreciate it." Cool. That sort of runs us through the morning.
Yeah. I would kind of wait until after we got out of earshot, though, of the Canterbury house to let Willie know that I didn't want to say anything next to Mr. Canterbury, but I may have an idea of where they've gone. I didn't want to give him any false hope in case it turns out to be a bum lead, but...
Oh, how might you know anything about that there, James?
There was a note mixed in with what looked like homework there of him talking with one of the other children about a haunted house on the west side near the wall.
Gotcha.
And who knows what goes on near abandoned buildings. And
yeah, you never know. It's a great place for, well, great is a word, popular place for, kids, especially teenagers, to spend time. Well, what do you say we go?
Yeah.
Oh, and
Well, no, that's all I've got for now. That's
okay.
all
What do
I've
you?
got for.
Gotcha. What do you say we go check out the other families and radio in with Z and Enlil with what we've got so far, huh? Before
Good
we
idea. Good idea. Yes.
perhaps they'll check out the house while we're, looking for more leads.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So the four of you meet up again, sort of just on one of the corners of Fairyhook streets, and sort of talk yourselves through the next step of your plan. What's everybody going to be doing?
Haunted house as it is.
Okay. I will say there's probably about 4 different buildings that sort of fit that description that was given. So you can sort of choose 1, 2, 3, or 4 on which one you're going to be looking into. And yeah.
Any of them look worse off than the others, do you think?
Having been around the town, sort of hoverboarding on the roofs, Willy would sort of know this, that all of them are sort of in the same state of disrepair. Sort of peeling paint and decrepit architecture. But no, they're all sort of like 2-story houses that just have been sort of lost to time.
And all 4 of them are just they're abandoned essentially.
Yeah.
Just so. Are we moving on to the next part of the day so we can do different moves and stuff like that, or are we just trying to decide which one to go to? Or
Yeah, this would be the day segment. That is how you guys spent your morning. I'd say like a few hours.
Are these buildings near each other at all? I mean, are they like any of them like next to each other, closer to each other, that we can kind of do more of like a walk by and not take, as much time? Or
I would say they're all within a few blocks of each other. If you want to do like an in-depth look, I would say that would take like a whole time segment if you want to take an in-depth look at one of them. If you want to sort of get a nice, just like stake out the places, you're of course not going to get as much information, but you'll probably be able to sort of narrow it down, depending.
Okay.
So, it's sort of your options there. Oh my god.
Okay.
We should just pick one and go. We don't have much time.
We could always split 4 ways. 4 houses, 4 people.
Perhaps groups of 2 would be better, in case danger is still present.
Might not be a bad idea. Groups of 2, and then both groups try to hit 2 houses and not spend too much time. If you find anything, though, obviously stay at that house. But
And let the others know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I can handle myself. Don't worry.
Exactly how do you handle yourself?
Well, I'm deadly charming, So there's that. And on the other hand, I'm sharp as a tack. I've got my priorities in the right place. We're ready to go. All oiled up, all lubed up, and ready to throw down.
God, I just hate everything you just said. That was all bad.
Duly noted.
Fascinating. I'll come with you.
Fine. All right, let's do it.
Perhaps I should.
Oh. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Who wants to play babysitter?
Forgive
don't
me
mind.
if the other 2 don't look the part.
No, it's
Oh, I'll play babysitter.
All right. I'll entrust his safety to you then.
Oh no. Let's do it. All right.
All right.
Heading out.
So,
Good luck. Don't die.
which group wants buildings 1 and 2, and which group wants 3 and 4?
1 and 2, dibs.
Okay.
Actually,
cool.
1 and 3. 1 and 3.
3. Okay.
All right, 1 and 3, and then
The odd houses.
cool. All right, Little Willy
I mean,
and
you bet
Z
me, right?
have
You gotta
odds.
pick the odd ones.
Yeah, Lil Willy and Z have odds, and the Frost Home team have evens. Let's start with the Frost Home team. Roll me some investigative mysteries, unless you have another move that you would like to use for this.
Are just to like investigate each house?
Yeah, I'm
Kind of thing?
assuming you guys are, since you're only taking on like 2 houses a team, and you're like in
Yeah.
groups of 2. I would say you get like a decent look. Just let me know like if you're
Alright.
planning before you roll. Let me know if you're planning on like taking a peek inside at all, or if you're just looking around the outside, and sort of let me know
Alright.
what you're doing,
So-
and then
So hear me out. These should just be abandoned buildings, but we're looking for a haunted one, yeah? So
yeah.
the difference between an abandoned building and a haunted one could be picked up by magic stuff? Huh? So I could do like a use magic to try and figure out if it's a haunted house instead of an abandoned one? If there's
possibly.
any
Let me
stuff going on like that?
Use magic effects.
Oh, you're looking on my sheet. That was terrifying.
Sorry, I did not warn you. I apologize. I would say observe another place or time. Observe a place. Yeah, I would say with observe another place and time, you might be able to sort of pick up on like what happened in the house previously. Maybe like
Okay.
how it got abandoned, or get like a vague sensation of how it got abandoned. So
Okay.
yeah, I would say you'd be able to do that. So roll me a use magic then.
Nine.
All right. Pick me
Oh no.
pick me a glitch, and I will decide the effects of it.
Oof.
The glitches are the effect is weakened. The effect is of short duration. You take 1 harm, ignore armor. The magic draws immediate unwelcome attention. It has a problematic side effect.
Oh. I feel like I'm gonna take the 1 harm, I think. Because I feel like the weakening or short duration might affect me not being able to see everything that I want to see with doing it this way. So
Okay,
I'll take a harm.
cool. So you, I'll say this sort of works for both buildings, and
Okay.
while Enlil sort of looks around, you sort of sit somewhere nearby the building and just sort of focus and try to look back at some of the, I guess, hints of the past from the building. And you get glimpses, but knowing your background as sort of like a, I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, but somewhat of a researcher with monsters.
Bit more, yeah.
You know how a lot of, I guess, like spirits would form. They're a very different kind of monster because spirits generally appear under 2 conditions, and it's something died in an area with high concentrations of mana at the time, and they died with very strong emotions, and depending on what emotion they had, sort of depends on what sort of spirit they appear as. So you don't really get any of that sort of looking back, like a little bit through the past is it's sort of like a quick flashback, just like rapid fire images of like month by month essentially of the last few years. And all you can really tell is that a family used to live here and they ended up leaving. There wasn't really anything for the first building, and the second building, it was a single person living there in like a 2-story building, and it seems to be sort of the same thing. They only lived there for about a year or two, left, then nobody ever ended up picking the place back up again, and it just started to sort of rot.
So no deaths happened in either of the houses then that I could see.
Yes.
Awesome.
Sounds like we've turned up empty-handed.
And I will say, essentially, as the as the effect, you take that -1 harm, and after like the second going of that, you're a little bit winded, and on as a harm effect, take a -1 forward on the next roll that you do, whatever it may be. You are exhausted.
Are you all right?
Yeah. Just takes a bit out of me sometimes.
So
Both
you're
the
used
houses
to
are
this?
clean. No hauntings on either of them.
And we need to find the others quick.
Agreed.
If it's not dangerous here, it's dangerous there.
I will sort of. Would you like to do anything here, Enlil? Since you didn't really roll, whether that is an investigation roll, if you have another move that you may want to do.
I don't especially think I can do anything. 'Cause all I can think of is just investigate a mystery, but we basically just did that, but the faster version.
Okay, I'll keep you on hold, and I'll say, simply because you weren't doing anything, you guys can effectively leave a little bit faster. So I will sort of give you that for now, I guess, and.
She might be able to do a move at one of the other houses, possibly?
Yeah,
Assuming we go
essentially.
fast enough.
Yes.
Yeah, essentially. So, let's jump over to Lil Willy and Z.
Well, this is it. Well, though this is one of the two, but this is it.
Which house do you go to first?
Do you suppose they're dead?
What?
You know, the teens.
What the? What? No, they're fine.
He
They'll
just
be
smiles
fine.
a little bit and looks towards the houses.
What?
Let's
What?
pick a random number.
1.
All right, let's go.
It was random to you because you didn't have to say it.
So sort of talk me through how you guys are tackling this and what you want to roll. Or what moves you would like to use, if you have something else for me.
Z is looking for a body.
So are you going in the building?
Yeah.
And you're going in 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Very easy sweep for a body.
Hey, good luck.
All right, roll me investigate a mystery. Is a mixed success. I get to hold 1. Ask a question.
Really need to have the sheet up where these questions are.
I mean, they're on your character sheet.
Yeah, there's a little
Yeah,
thing
so
at the top. This under
here,
moves
I
reference,
can-
a little arrow.
Yeah, I can click it on yours. There you go.
Oh, I see.
So pick one from the list, and I will answer as I can.
What is being concealed here?
As far as you can tell, in this house, not a whole lot. You get signs that there was a happy couple living here. You don't really know what happened to said happy couple, but they are no longer here. You can see like a picture frame or two that was left, but most of the rest of the house is sort of empty, save a few pieces of furniture.
Alright, this one doesn't look promising.
All right, let's head to the next one. Oh, I assume we're not together.
So yeah, that's what I was going to say. So while Z goes in and starts exploring that building, what does Lil Willy do?
Oh, Z's got it handled. I don't really need to babysit Z. I'm going to the other one.
Funny how we keep saying babysitting since we're the same age.
So I hop on my hoverboard and board over to the other one, and circling it from overhead. I'm looking for some like open windows or something, maybe holes in the ceiling or some goofy thing to get in through.
Okay, yeah, I would say you see a few sort of busted windows. One or two of them are like boarded up, but you definitely see a few openings, and of course like a fairly unassuming door.
Unassuming? Hey, I don't assume anything about doors. You never know. I'm just joking. Cool. Let's wait. What? Let's do it. Let's go in. Just gonna yoink. You're gonna yeet on into one of those holes in there. Sending it.
Alrighty. You get in, and you're in.
Cool.
What do you want to do?
What's it looking like in here?
It's a little bit more busted up than some of the other places that I have described. There's more as far as just like old furniture. It looks like this place was more just like up and left rather than people moved from it. There's a lot of no real picture frames or anything that you can find like immediately, but a lot of just stuff.
Are there any? I guess I should probably do investigate a mystery if I'm gonna ask questions. Okay, let's do it. Wait, what's this thing? Yo, we're investigating, y'all.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
So that
I'm
is.
rolling all the nat ones for everyone.
Do you have? Hold on.
2 nat ones, baby.
Where's the fig? Okay, sorry. I was looking through your moves real quick to see if you had a certain one. So. Man, I really hate to see it. Oh, that's a
Man.
hard fail.
It's a hard what?
Yeah. You don't find anything, and I nothing happens immediately. I'll say as you're sort of searching around, like as Candace had told you before, and as you know, you don't really know what you're looking for. So you're just sort of wandering around looking at all this old busted up shit, and they're like, Man.
I hate when she's right. Ugh. All right, well, I suppose I'm just wandering around through the rooms until something happens.
So you just wander and spend some time in here?
Well, yeah, I ain't leaving. I haven't found anything yet.
Okay. I am going to give you. I'm gonna give you the mark experience from Don't Worry, I'll check it out, for going off by yourself and checking out somewhere scary.
Thank you.
Yep.
Just because I don't think it's scary doesn't mean it isn't.
And as you sort of realize that you've come up a little bit empty, you go to leave, and the door slams shut.
Wait, like behind me or in front of me? Wait.
In front of you.
Oh. Well, this is fine.
Which house did he go
I'm gonna
to?
try the
He went to house number
3.
3.
Was I made aware of this?
Yeah,
you didn't.
Well,
as far
no.
as you would know when you left the building, because you went in sort of alone, and Little Willy, as soon as you went in, Little Willy slipped off to the other house. So
be fine.
as soon as you sort of, I would assume, like, as you finish up your investigation and realize that that's not really much of importance in there, you turn around to, like, say something to Little Willy and realize he is not there. Give me...
I'm gonna try my radio or whatever. What are we using to communicate with each other?
I would say, I mean...
Do we have, like, cell phones or something? What's the deal?
Yeah, anybody who it makes sense for them to have a phone would probably have a phone. A Manatech phone.
Alright, so he has a phone.
Give me a second. I need to make sure I have the right song here, and you guys should be able to hear this. It might be a little bit loud. It might be a little bit loud since it's the first time I'm trying this with other people, so if it is too loud, just, like, turn down your Chrome a little bit.
There's a way to adjust volume level in the settings also.
Oh,
like,
true.
per
I have
person.
found it. Yes. Oh, like... Oh, cool.
Like on our end.
Sick.
Oh, this is boss music.
Intriguing.
So, Lil Willy, you, on top of, like, having the door slam, all of the curtains that were a little bit tattered, you notice that they have closed over all of the windows in the house as well. And you go to, like, move one, and it feels like iron. It is immovable.
I'm in danger. I'll try on my phone. I say, hey, y'all, I'm at the third house. And I was going to say a few minutes ago, to say, you know, everything's fine. Everything's not fine.
There's no answer.
All right, well, this is getting quite scary.
You can't get through to anybody. What do you do?
Well, I'm looking around me, and I'm assuming I don't see anything because you haven't said anything.
Not yet.
Okay. What's the situation? Are there, like, rooms that I haven't gone to that are presumably open or anything?
I would say at this point you've sort of checked out every room. Is it played twice?
Oh.
Oh, never mind.
I just
The
worked
music
it.
sounds perfect to me.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
So,
Bumping,
looking, I would say, at this point, there wasn't any lights in the house to begin with, and it is increasingly darker. Are you using anything to sort of light up the room? Like, are you sort of using, like, a flashlight on your phone or anything?
I'm presuming that, like, my hoverboard has, like, kind of like a little, you know, light effects on the bottom.
Mm.
So I'm using that as a sort of, dull glow flashlight. Because I'm
Okay.
holding it anyway this whole time.
You hear, I would say, in the master bedroom that is upstairs, that you've sort of seen, you hear something moving. There are, I would say you're downstairs. There's like a kitchen and a living room downstairs, and then a staircase up to a master bedroom, and 2 other smaller bedrooms, and there's a bathroom both upstairs and downstairs. What would you like to do?
Well, let's investigate the source of the noise. We're going for it, boys. Wish me luck. I'm going to use the move, what could go wrong, as I say out loud, what could go wrong?
Whenever you charge into immediate danger without hedging your bets, hold 2. You may spend the hold 1 for 1 to inflict 1 harm, reduce someone's harm suffered by 1, or take +2 forward on an act under pressure. So I will throw that in the chat so everybody can see.
Thank you.
So
That's a good move.
Should have been a mundane, man. We're OP.
roll me a... oh, that's not even a roll. Never mind.
Nope.
Yeah,
It's
you
just a thing that happens.
You just get that
Just
for
do it.
charging immediately into danger. So you, like, run up the stairs to go check it out then?
Yep, that's it. I'm
You
coming for you, ghosties. Oh,
Run
no,
up
I'm
the
actually shouting the
stairs.
kids' names. That'd be more, more likely.
Um,
Rick, Luke, Jane.
you run up the stairs, turn the corner, and you see the master bedroom door start to creak open. And there you see a sort of shadow start coming out of it.
Oh.
It looks like it looks like a person is just covered with that Vanta Black, like paint. They are just a silhouette. They almost look 2D.
Hi, name's Lil Willy. What's your name? Hoping for a response as I, back away from it.
They... Oh, whoops, I fucked up. I am
I
learning
mean,
how to
technically,
use
Nuck, I haven't. Oh, I have rolled once, actually, yeah.
this. It turns towards you,
Oh, no.
and we're going to... It turns towards you, says nothing, and starts sprinting
Where?
towards you.
Oh, no. Shoot.
We are going to give a chance here to flip this over to the rest of the party.
Thank you.
Z, you notice Lil Willy is missing. What do you do?
Z is. If Z heard that they were in the 3rd house, they are going to immediately head there.
Okay. Enlil and James, you get to the 3rd house first, because it's closer, and then realize that neither of them are there, and I'm assuming immediately start sprinting to the others. Do you like try to call them or anything?
I feel like calling would probably be the right idea. If we don't know where they are, we want to communicate at least. So
Okay.
try to put a call out.
Who do you call?
I would probably try to call Willie.
You get ringtone then static, then nothing.
That's not great.
Any idea where they are?
Well, either in this house or the other one.
What do you mean, either? Didn't you just call them?
I didn't get anything from Willy.
We need to
Went to
move.
I went to static.
And the two of you start sprinting to the other house.
Do they pass me?
I would say they show up just like a few minutes after you do. So since you're to the scene first, what do you do? You see closed doors, closed curtains on all of the sort of boarded and busted windows, and just a decrepit house.
I go up and try to open the door and also yell, Willy?
Yeah, I would also be trying to call out his name, get into the building, try and find anywhere.
James, Enlil, you show up to see Z, like, sort of shaking the door handle and saying, like, shouting, Willy.
So the door's not opening?
No, it is not. And Willy, I will say, on the inside, you can hear a very muffled, the muffled sound of Z's voice just coming through from the doorway, from the door.
I want to use a move.
Okay.
Alright. So do I just roll it in the chat?
I mean,
Depending
yeah.
on the move it is.
What
yeah,
is the
probably.
move?
Force of will.
Okay. For everybody's sake, before you use a move, like one of your character-specific moves, right next to the dice, there's this little window button, and that will send the details to the chat. So everybody can sort of see what the move is. So just sort of click that, and then so everybody can see. Perfect. You apply your will to dispelling a magical effect, blocking a spell, or suspending a phenomenon. Roll plus weird. On a hit, momentary magics are cancelled completely, and long-lasting spells and effects are suspended temporarily. On a 10 plus, you can also spend luck to instantly snuff out a powerful spell or strange effect. On 7 to 9, you take 1 harm as the strain of dismissing magic unravels you. So, cool. Roll plus weird then.
You got this. It's a 10!
Nice.
That is a 10.
Motherfucking open this door.
So... Cool. Okay, so I know how this is going to work. You manage to swing this door open and get inside, and when you are back inside, it slams shut again.
What?
Long-lasting spells and effects are suspended temporarily.
You can see a little bit of like red light coming from the size of Z's face, and then they open the door and it shuts behind them.
Try the door.
What?
I want to try the door.
You walk up to the door, and it will not open.
I want to run around the back of the house to find a window.
Yeah, you said there's a bunch of busted out windows, aren't there?
There are a bunch of boarded up, like, busted windows, with curtains on the inside. So I'm assuming you go to, like, try to climb through one of those windows?
It's gotta
Yeah.
be easier to go through a boarded up window than it is a locked door.
So you go to, like, push aside the curtain, and it won't budge. It's like you are pressing against a steel wall.
Can't ever be easy, can it?
Let's flip back to Little Willy. What do you do once this thing starts sprinting at you?
Where are we in the house? Like, are we? How? I would
You-
like to go towards like the ceiling is like closed up or whatever, right? So I'm not able to just like yeet out of here.
I mean, yeah. All of your escapes from the house itself are closed.
Cool. Was there like a main, like a large room that I had passed through?
Yeah,
You know,
so
like
there's
a kind of like a hallway or like what do you call it? A foyer?
yeah, there is
Is it pronounced foyer or foyer? Did I just make that up?
I'm not sure.
Depends on where you live, honestly.
Cool. Oh yeah.
There is the foyer area, and it opens up into the living room, and then there is a door to a connected dining room and kitchen. In the living room, there's a staircase up to a hallway that leads to the master bedroom and the two like smaller bedrooms. You are at the top of the staircase. This thing has come out of the master bedroom, sort of at the end of the hallway, and has started sprinting at you. So to your back, you have the staircase.
Okay, I'm gonna, I'm holding my hoverboard. I'm gonna, jump onto the staircase and like kind of like do some kind of like cool, skate on down maneuver.
Can you roll?
Be totally cool.
Act under pressure.
I want
for
act
me?
under pressure. Yeah, I got you.
It's a grind, bro. Do a flip.
Oh, there it is. I succeeded at something.
Let's go.
That is a mixed success, unless you want to use one of those holds.
What does the +10 do? Let's see.
That is for act under pressure.
Oh.
It is a difference between if you get a mixed success, I can make you make a hard choice, or give you a worse outcome.
No, let's use the hold. I'm using it.
Okay,
Here it
so
is.
you're using.
Give me that +2 to an 11.
Cool. So that brings you up to a full success. You do a sick grind down the staircase and sort of put a little bit of space between you and the monster. Sort of keep that space. You have sort of a split second here to make a decision and do something. Do you want to try to hide? Do you want to try to set something up? This is before Z has sort of busted in yet. I would say this is about when you start hearing Z, like, slamming on the door and calling out, and it's sort of muffled. So you know that they are there, but,
Are there any sort of, like... I'm trying to think if, like, I could create some sort of, like, light obstacle. Not light as in weight, but, like, as in bright. Because I don't know if light's the issue, but it did get a whole lot darker when... when the thing started closing. And it being a shadow, it's like, oh, duh, just fight it with light. Is there some sort of, like, lamp nearby?
I mean, most of the stuff in here is busted, and there's no real, like...
Well, I'm thinking, I have my mundane weapon. I have a pocket knife or multi-tool, it's called. According to my thing, and I'm thinking I can do some sort of like mana tech, like just like hook it up and charge or turn that light on. You know what I mean? Like with the battery on the multi-tool.
Oh, you wanna okay, so you wanna like quick hot wire a lamp or something real quick.
Basically, yeah. Like I'm gonna wield the lamp like a staff and swing it at it. Basically, do some Gandalf stuff. I don't know.
All right.
Hey, it's only insane if it doesn't work.
So give me, I'm trying to think because most of the, like, weird science is pretty much what this would fall under. So give me a plus weird.
Oh no.
I know that's not the words you like
I
to
have
hear.
I have a -1. Let's do it. Oh, that's pretty close.
You, do you get to hold 1 or do you get to hold 2 for your thing?
He gets to hold 2, so he could add it.
So-
but it only works for act under
It's
pressure.
only
so
for
it's-
act
Oh,
under
it's only
pressure.
for act under
Unless you
pressure.
let it be an act under pressure thing because I'm, scrambling for it. Oh, see?
Because you
How
were
I manipulated that?
because you were specifically trying to like hotwire Manatech, on the fly,
Right.
it is going to stay a plus weird, and I'm going to call this a fail. With that, you take the time to start like, you run across the living room, take the time to start like hotwiring this lamp as this thing is like coming down the stairs, and it comes up to you, and it, from the staircase to where you are, it looks like it just, like you blink and it is in front of you.
Oh my gosh, it's one of those SCPs or whatever.
And with this thing standing right in front of you, I need you to very quickly roll me a, just a straight up and down a cool roll, to try and keep your cool.
Oh. Let's do it. Bring it on. Yeah, that's what I thought. We're pretty well. We're mixed cool. We're pretty close to cool.
This thing brings its arm back and goes to like just full on lay into you, and you like catch your wits right before it's about to hit you, and you like throw your arms up, or you throw your hoverboard up to like eat the blow, and it knocks you clean across the room, but because you sort of blocked the hit, only take 1 harm as you sort of keep your footing. You don't get prone or anything, and right after this thing hits you, Z comes through the door.
Oh, is this what you guys deal with on a daily?
I see I'm going to have to babysit after all.
I had it handled.
So today we're doing ghosts. If I get to do a move, let me know.
Yeah, you can do a move here.
I want to cast magic to banish it.
So this is a effects.
Use magic to banish a spirit.
curse.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Use magic.
Okay, so use magic is... Oh, I just pressed this. Okay. Ooh.
Would I be able to do a help out real sudden? Probably not. Probably not.
No. Yeah, that is a failure. You immediately.
Here you go.
Bad luck charm. Whenever you use magic and miss, the backlash never
What?
affects
Wait,
you
wait.
directly.
Wait.
So go for allies.
Wait.
Innocent bystanders.
Oh, might even hit the enemy.
Interesting.
I was hoping you'd read this before.
Okay. Huh. So
Banish
you're
me.
trying to banish the spirit curse of this. So I will say the spell itself, of course, wouldn't have much effect, but I will say the bad effect that it was going to have was you were immediately going to, like, garner unwanted attention, and it was going to start coming after you. It instead, like, essentially doubles its assault on Lil Willy, and like
Gosh.
jumps over like sort of the light stand that Lil Willy was working with, and goes after him. And just as it is about to take another swing at Lil Willy, it disappears.
Oh.
I don't like this. You were supposed to help.
And
Well, sometimes.
the curtains fall from their like sort of very stiff iron-like nature, and fall back down to being normal curtains. And are you guys still trying the door up front at this point?
Imagine I would have jumped through the window by now.
Okay. Like, as soon as you see that the window has, like, the curtain is no longer like steel, you jump through it, and you come out of a window somewhat next to Lil Willy, and gang's all here.
Z is grinning from ear to ear, but also shrugging at the same time.
Was it here?
Hey guys, glad you could
was.
make it.
It had to have been. We couldn't get in. Did it leave? Probably.
Where did it go?
Is it hiding?
I maybe made it leave.
What do you
I'm
mean,
gonna
maybe?
suppose that I maybe made it leave. It feels like I made it leave.
What? Where did it go? Did it like run like directly into me and then just disappear? Or
It
did
started
like...
running at you, and then just like you blinked and it was gone.
What?
Anyway, let's look for the body, shall we?
Are you guys going to spend time investigating this house then?
Yes.
This does seem like it was the haunted house, so we should probably look around.
Okay.
I'm gonna do some thorough investigation.
I will say by this point it has gone to the next sort of time segment. You guys are now in shadows. And roll me whatever you sort of want to be doing at this current time.
Looking for a body.
All right. Roll me investigate a mystery.
Oh, this is the... There was an extra investigate mystery, so I was wondering if it would actually help, but I don't think so. Okay. Well. So what happens when I fail?
Don't
I
we
can't
have
remember.
a
I was
3
supposed to
plus
mark
1
something.
on an investigate still? We haven't used that yet.
Yeah, if you guys want to use it, you can bump that up to a mixed success.
So you can
Do it
bump
up.
it to a mixed success. We can at least get something.
Better now than never.
But also, where was I marking when I fail something like I failed that magic?
Experience. It's in the
experience.
top right, I
Alright.
believe, of your sheet there.
Yes, but if you're
Yeah,
bumping that
correct.
up, if you're bumping that up to a 7, you don't get to mark experience.
On this.
I was marking it for the magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
So that is going to be a 7 then. What question do you want to ask from the list?
still gonna go with what is being concealed here.
And you're just sort of searching the whole house. You're not searching any particular room.
Yeah, I'm searching the whole house, and I'm still looking for a body on the side.
Okay. You sort of like essentially start pulling up rugs, start opening cupboards, just looking anywhere where there could be some sort of hidden body, and you manage to find give me a moment here. You manage to find not a full body, but you find a skull. And
I found a what?
A skull.
Ah,
And it is sitting on the banister to of the master bedroom bed.
not what I was looking. Well. Okay. I pick up the skull. Hopefully nothing happens. And I bring it down to the others.
Okay. While Z was doing this, what is everybody else doing?
Well, I have. Here's my question.
Yes.
This thing. Whenever a monster captures me, I mark experience. I'm assuming that with it disappearing, it didn't somehow like possess or capture or do something. Rather, I'm assuming that if that did happen, you'll tell me if it does
Yes.
have. Okay, cool.
Yes. I that's why I specifically look at your playlist, because you have a lot of stuff that I have to pay attention to existing. So.
Yeah.
Now he can use that as an ominous thing and just be like, Willie, mark
Mark
experience, right now.
experience.
And we're like, why? Why?
Well, I'm ready. Honestly, if that happened, don't tell me until it matters. But I trust you. Okay, cool. Do you Enlil, you haven't done anything yet, made any moves recently. What are you feeling?
Yeah.
I feel like the only option to even do is investigate a mystery. I
There's
don't know.
also stuff like read a bad situation that you could be doing, since you are sort of in the area where the monster appeared.
That would have been smart. I forgot that existed.
Well, you haven't made your move yet.
Well, I
have
mean,
you?
when things were hitting the fan and I had time,
Yeah.
that would have been good.
I guess I can roll that,
Okay.
since all I'm looking to do is make sure no one dies here. I can only imagine these rolls will continue to go poorly. As they surely do.
Free experience.
All right. Yep. Mark experience.
I don't know if it's yet, but
So
Z
does
will
that just
come
mean
down.
that I get anything?
Huh? Yeah,
Does that-
you just happen to not get anything. You sort of take a look around and looking for anything out of the ordinary, like what would have caused the monster to appear, and you just can't put a finger on it. There's no sort of rhyme or reason yet as to why that might have happened.
My best guess so far is time of day, maybe.
James?
Did Willie already move?
I have not, but you could go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was gonna hold on to mine to see what you did.
Oh, yeah, since you have the, like, help out
Yeah,
stuff.
I
Okay.
have. Yeah, I'd like to hold the move last as much as I can.
Okay.
Well, since I didn't before, I'm gonna read a bad situation.
Alright, roll me a plus sharp.
Okay, well, I can't save those, man.
Yummy, yummy. Give me all these fails.
No, stop.
s-
Stockpiling them up to use on us later. I know how the keeper works.
Crap.
Stop. This is a
This
surprise
is
tool that will help us later.
man. Let me just. Yeah, boy. Let me... Cool. So, Z brings this skull down, and you guys can all sort of converse and plan.
Z comes down the stairs and looks for Willie and grins again. It says catch and tosses the skull at Willie.
I catch it and then seeing what it is, immediately drop it and kind of back up.
Oh
Whoa!
boy.
Ah, you're gonna harm it.
What do you do? It's hard. What about who it was?
Can
I don't know. It was just on the bed.
Can I pick it up from where it was?
Yeah. Yeah.
Does it look human?
Yep. It is most
Great.
definitely a human skull.
Great.
How recent.
Recent?
How recent?
Not very. Like, there's still some, like, it's not like a clean skull by any means. It is still has some little tidbits of rotting bits.
Is it plausibly less than 24 hours old, I think is the question.
No.
Okay, I didn't think so,
Absolutely
because it's a
not.
skull.
It's
So,
likely-
How large
isn't-
is it? Is it a child's skull?
I would say
Or
like
an
young adult.
skull? Oh no.
Ah, but where's the rest of the body?
Could have been me, man. In fact, it almost was. Well, do we-
How
do
was
we
the
have any
monster able to
leads, anyone?
separate you?
Hmm?
How was the
Is-
target able to separate the two of you?
Willy.
Funny you should ask.
This
was,
could be vital information.
Well, it separated us by sealing the, I mean, I'm sure you felt the door not open and the iron curtain. No pun intended. That's how it did it. That was it.
Mm.
Nothing else whatsoever.
Yes. Nothing else.
But also, oh, this might be important. I was unable to reach you guys on the phone.
yeah, I tried calling you as well.
Oh.
So there was something about
Sure.
the...
Okay. Can I cast
honest, I
magic
don't
in
really-
order to see what was here?
Well, are you guys done talking about this for the moment? Curiosity.
I guess. I still haven't done a move at all.
I mean, you can do a move here. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, just do anything before we sort of head on to the next segment. So if you want to use
I'll
magic and sort of take a look at the
Yeah.
skull.
That might actually not be a bad idea. Just trying... it would use magic kind of encompass that, just trying to glean something from the skull about it.
See
I know it's
another,
not-
observe
and-
another place or time.
Yes.
Okay.
Sort of the same thing you were doing before on the whole houses, except now you're doing it on just this skull, so...
Sure, why not? This can at least give us some information. That's what a good roll looks like, by the way. You guys should try it sometime.
That is a
Uh,
12.
We're doing it? Okay.
Yeah, that's my roll. Yeah, I do not have the advanced success though.
Yes. So that is a full success. No sort of extra effects or anything. You, actually, this is your next roll after, so technically that's an 11, but, it's still a full
you're right,
success.
Yeah.
It
Nice.
is
Good
still
time
full
to use it
suc-
then.
Yep. Cool. So you sort of focus on this skull, and you see a bit of a flashback. Is this the song that I want? I think it is. Let me adjust some. Nope, that's not the one that I want. That's the bad one. This is the one. There we go. Oh my god. There we go. I'll get used to this eventually. You start to sort of flash back through this person's life, at least the later half of it. They were a sort of, by the time they died, they were around 26 years old. They had moved into this house and had been here for about 2 years. They had lived here for... or they lived here about, I would say, 30 years ago. You see this person struggling with something. You see them in the sort of the context of the house. Like your viewpoint is just on the inside of the door, and you see them come in like a business suit and sort of take their suit off, and they're looking sort of sad. And then you see this again and again, and it repeats for days. And then you see them come in one day, and they throw all of their clothes to the ground, and you hear sort of an argument behind. You can't necessarily see what's going on, but you hear them arguing with somebody. And then you hear signs of a struggle. You hear some glass shatter. You hear more glass shatter. And then you hear the sounds of a sharp object making contact with a body. And then a thud. And then you see another person around the same age run out the door, panicked, and then you come to, back to the present.
Oh. Well, we found the right place. This is, from best I can guess, almost definitely what is haunting this place. This person was killed in a struggle decades ago in this house. Why, I am not 100% sure, but
Perhaps there's some way to cleanse the skull.
I am unsure of how to do that.
Yes, but where's the children?
Have we searched the house thoroughly?
By this point, yes. And there is no sign.
I would have guessed in the
More
basement.
questions.
I will say there is no basement to this house. As far as you know. TM.
No basement that we found.
Still no answers. Only more questions.
Dumped.
At this point, do you guys want to look around, maybe ask around some other places, or check in with Middletower? There's some other options that you can definitely look into if you would so like to, or you can, of course, continue looking around here if you so desire. But you're starting to sort of run out of things to look at around these parts, as far as you know.
I mean, we know that people in Middletower have a good collection of knowledge of various things, yes? We've been told that the records and stuff like that could give us a glimpse into what a monster may be like, if we have it.
Yes.
Perhaps Candace knows something.
And it's worth a shot, at least.
She does owe me a favor, after all. Since I
And-
answered the phone.
I may know what type of monster this is, but I can't be sure.
Okay. Are you guys going to head back there as a group?
Is there any specific investigative mystery question that actually does target where did like a person go?
Where did it go? Is
Where
what
did
really
it go?
investigate a mystery question. Yeah.
All right. I want to try.
So are you
Oh,
some kind
It's a
of
once per mystery
information.
thing.
that's pretty
So-
cool.
Something like that. To glean information about the future. When you roll plus sharp on a miss, you get some information, but it's not what you want to hear. Spend the hold 1 for 1. Ask
Oh.
any question from the investigative mission.
Oh,
from
that's
the
nice.
following list.
She gets a move that's like investigate a mystery, but better.
What can I gain from this person place? Okay, since it's like a once per mystery thing, yeah, I'll let you use that now, before we sort of head to the next segment.
Z takes out some tarot cards from their back pocket. And wait a minute. I need to. Okay. Okay. Oh,
There you go. Yeah.
10 plus, hold 2.
let's see here. I want to go with. I'm asking both questions. Is that okay?
Oh, both questions that are like here. For the cast the bones thing.
Well, no. I mean, like you said, hold 2. So I
Oh,
can ask-
yeah. You can ask both.
Yeah, you can use both right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go first with what happened here.
You glean a lot of the same, sort of. Wait, to glean information about the future. How? How do I want to? Well, I mean, yeah, I'll this is fine. You sort of look into, the past a little bit, sort of see a lot of the same things that James saw, but you also see something a little bit more present. You see 3 kids, 2 male, 1 female, walk into the door. And you see the door slam behind them as they walk in. And you see the 3 of them take off in different directions as soon as this happens. One of them is just struck with fear by the door. The other 2, one... Well, I guess... Yeah, never mind. One of them runs towards the kitchen and hides in one of the cabinets, and the other takes off behind one of the couches in the living room. And then you see the shadow from before start coming down the stairs. And that's sort of what you get. Same shadowy presence, and that's
In
what you
between
get
the-
from that.
In between the questions, I'm gonna go check those spots really quick, and after that question, I'm going to ask where did it go, intending those 2 who came into the house,
So,
or do I have to target one or the other?
since you have the time, you sort of like look around, using the information you just got, and you look at the exact same places that they were, and there is no sign of them. There is no, like, dust marks. This place is, like, fairly dusty. It's old abandoned house. No, not even the slightest resemblance that they were here. It's like the house was reset or something. They are simply gone.
Okay.
With that, I will also give you something a little bit extra. You see that the lamp that that Little Willy was sort of messing with, while I'm assuming after the thing was like coming at him, he probably like knocked it over or something. It is back where it was.
Huh.
There's some sort of magic on this house.
Well, what could cause it to do that? 'Cause surely there's got to be something more going on here, right?
I don't think I got rid of that thing.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So there's something else going on here that maybe perhaps has some sort of control over that spirit or at least the house. But the weird thing is, why didn't we move? You know? If it's rewinding time as just like, rewinds time, then surely it would have rewound it to before I would be in a different place. I'd be upstairs or not even in the house.
What happens if we move something now?
Yeah, maybe it only affects the objects that were in the house, not things that enter the house.
Oh. Let's knock this lamp over. That seemed to do something last time.
Yeah, or just move it across the room.
What if it's resetting the house to a certain time frame?
What's my
Not
thought?
the things in it. I mean, like, living things.
From what I saw when I used the magic, is the house laid out the same as it was like 30 years ago?
Yes, since you had sort of like the look of the doorway, you can see like the coat hanger that's next to the door is
with my limited
like,
vision. Yeah,
yeah,
just
like
thing I couldn't
is still in like the same exact spot that it was in sort of that final scene that you saw.
But trying to make the house look like it did back then. But
Two of
why?
the teens came in here, and one of them ran.
Other way around.
What?
Three
Two of the teens?
Three teens went into there and like
Wait.
3 teens went into the building and 2 of them were like hid.
Oh, I thought I heard you say that one was too afraid to come in.
No, one stood at the front of the like right in front of the door. Like was
The two of them hid. Where were they? We could go check to see if they're still there. I mean, if we know
I thought we
better
already
where
did.
they
I've
were
already
hiding.
checked.
Yeah, we already did. Well, we heard glass shattering. Have we found what that was yet?
Wasn't that just the broken windows around the house?
Very well could be.
Perhaps, but like someone said, if it's trying to reset it to how it was, then just fix the glass
Can I
windows.
triangulate from where the sound came from in the vision what area that would have been of the house?
probably would
Like-
have been the windows that were broken.
That's it. We're fixing all the windows.
But the windows aren't fixed right now.
Exactly.
Yes,
So they're
we
not
need to,
resetting those. Yeah.
right?
Is the house in the state of after the... Well, I'm assuming that you told us about the skull, what you saw.
Yeah, I would have really.
The house is in a state of directly after the death.
Or somewhere around then, yeah. At least that's the best guess. Did I get a better look at the second person, too?
No.
I
Well,
could- I
like
could-
the
the person that left. Like I saw the guy in the business suit, and then after the struggle, there was a different person left, or was that still him?
yes, a person that you had not seen in any of those little snapshots of that person coming in, like day after day after day. It was somebody else. You couldn't get a super good look at who they were. You just know it was definitely not the person who had come in with the suit.
Okay.
You could see some slightly longer hair.
Right.
Unless we can banish the magic on this house, I'm not sure much else we can do.
Perhaps we return to Middletower for now and ask Candace if she knows anything.
Let's go need
We
some more
always-
information. Yeah.
Could always do some big magic here.
Big
And
magic?
what big magic would we
Well,
be
you said we
using?
need to banish some stuff from it. Some kind of like, resetting it to a certain thing or some kind of thing. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Let's just head
I'm
back.
unsure what
so-
We
any of
don't
that
know
could
where
be,
the
but-
spirit is dwelling, and that is the part we need to banish.
Yeah, I think if we take care of the spirit, that's the issue.
Okay.
I am in agreement. I think going back to Middletower
Let's
to
do it.
try and regroup is a solid idea. I'll try and talk to Candace.
Could probably use some first aid too. I got thrown into the wall pretty hard.
Oh, yeah.
When we get there, I can
Cool.
walk.
Cool. So by this time, by the time you get there, it has fallen to sunset. And you guys head into the building, and Candace is sitting there at the desk and looks up, hearing the door open, and it's like, oh, how goes the hunt?
Hey, Candace. I kind of limp on over. You get any good phone calls? Hunt's going great, thanks. You got yeah.
Oh my,
It's
are you guys
Yeah.
okay? Are you okay?
We confirmed a sighting.
yes. And
Oh.
Willie could use some possible medical attention.
Yeah, where's the med bay again?
It's down over there. I know because I worked it in my off time.
James leads Lil Willy upstairs to Jackie, and you guys get some quick aid. Everybody can, well, I guess the two of you
Yeah, sure.
take the one harm, or you gain back one harm, I guess.
Thank you.
And while they are getting treated, Enlil and Z, you guys are talking to Candace. So you confirmed a sighting. Excellent. Do you have any details? I can get Sarah to start sort of looking into things.
I imagine we're able to provide her like an address of the house.
Yeah.
We seem to have happened upon a house that resets itself. And 3 teens definitely went into it.
They seem to be our missing victims.
Okay. Give me a quick second here. Okay, cool. I'm good. Okay. And no sign of the victims?
Not presently.
Okay. Let me look into this site. I'm assuming you guys sort of relay a lot of the information that you guys got.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure hoping that Z relays that there was a shadow monster that mysteriously disappeared while beginning an attack.
Yes.
Candace writes down a bunch of the information and puts it like into a folder, and it's like, oh, 1 second, and takes it into the back room, and you hear Sarah and Candace like talking a little bit in the back, and Candace comes back up front. It's like, all right, as soon as we have something for you guys, it'll maybe be like hour and a half ish. There's a lot of stuff to sort of look through, but we should be able to get you guys with some information on this pronto. What I do have immediately for you, and on the table, Candace slides over a file, and it is a like a residency file, and on the top of it it says like owned by Lucas Hyder, Haider. This is who owned that building back before it was abandoned. I'm not sure if this will do any good for you, but it's the best we can get you immediately. One of the biggest things when it comes to, it sounds like you guys are working with, of course, some sort of spirit. What is most important is that you guys are able to sort of determine what the people were feeling before they died, because that is going to determine sort of what they become. So if you can scrounge up any information on this person here, should be able to get a lot more information for you.
Seems the only information we would have on that is that the man wore a suit for a long time and seemed to have an altercation with someone there. My only guess would be some sort of well-paying job and perhaps marriage troubles.
Okay. Well, we will start to sort of narrow it down from there then, and see what we can find. Is there anything else?
Anything else?
I do not believe I know anything besides the two teens hid out in a certain location in the house, and one of them was halted at the door. I have this feeling that they were taken.
Okay. I will keep note of that then. And it's at this time that James and Lil Willy come down after being quickly treated. And the four of you can sort of be on your way now. What is your next steps?
Well, what have we learned?
say I don't know what we've learned.
Game.
I feel very lost.
For once, I would say the same. I'm very lost. What to do?
Well, do we have any kind of name? Do we know whose house it was or anything? Any kind of history of residence
Was it Lucas Hyder?
or construction even?
Lucas,
Lucas Hyder.
Lucas Hyder, the owner of the house. Which likely means that he was the man in the suit in your vision.
Z, there is some sort of background noise.
Yeah, whenever
Coming
she
from
hits
you.
the button on her mic to turn it off, whenever she
Oh.
turns it back on, it picks up the AC really, really bad for about 20 seconds.
Oh, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah,
Try to mute
so
a
just
different
leave
way.
it. Just
Yeah.
leave it on.
Yeah, just leave your mic on and like mute Discord if you're gonna mute.
Yeah. Yeah, we can drop any more information about this Lucas Hyder guy, and possibly anybody that would have been connected to him a couple decades ago.
I
Maybe
wish we
can
could know
find-
what sort of occupation he had. People
That
don't
would be
normally
great.
wear suits every day.
Yeah.
Always public records.
Do I know anything about who wears suits around the cities, sitting on roofs and watching people go?
I mean, a lot
Doesn't
of
Mr.
people.
Sun always wear a suit?
Yeah, a lot of people wear suits. I mean,
All right, lots of people wear suits
Is
in the
there a
city.
sort
I do
of
not
people with like, same as in the real world. If you have some sort of like Enlil pointed out, if you have some sort of high-paying job or some sort of office job, you'd probably going in wearing a suit.
Okay.
Is there like a place for public records if they're kept? Like a government building or something? I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
where
it
would
is.
that be?
It is nearby. It is nearby the bureau. Sort of in the, sort of in Ivy Barrow.
If spirits hanging around is something that happens in this particular place, is there any such thing as perhaps a department with exorcists or
I think
That's.
Thing-
that's us.
experts?
Pretty sure
So
that's
the same
us.
as hunters? Okay.
And other than that, that's the guild, which is the sort of group that looks over all of the hunting agencies. So,
Right. I was wondering if there was like a section for it. All right.
Yeah, but I think public records is probably a good shot. Just trying. We got to get more information on this. Do we want to try and split up again, or do we want to just all go there?
This time, I do not believe we should split up.
I mean, if you guys are away from the house, like,
Yeah, that's the other thing. I would kind of like to be near the house in case something goes down.
okay. So you want maybe somebody or like a group sort of staking out the house and making sure nobody goes in?
I think it's a safe idea. I mean, we don't need 4 of us to check public records.
Yeah, that's fair.
I could do it.
I'll go to the house.
Certainly want to be at the house.
All right. That's fine then. You can go.
I don't have. Not very good at searching things. So.
Sure, I suppose.
And yet
I mean,
you're good at answering phones.
Yeah, because I'm charming and cool. I'm not sharp.
Cool. So do we have, it sounds
Yeah,
like
I'll-
James going to the public records office?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. So roll me in, just an investigate a mystery, just flat out. Oh man.
5.
And
So going down there, I wouldn't say you come up empty. It just takes time. You don't come up completely empty. You figure out that, this man 30 years ago worked as a, sort of, he worked at an office down, not too far away from where you are now. It's more, almost over by Middletower. And, the office itself is gone by this point. But, it wasn't necessarily like a super high paying job that he was working at. It was just sort of some basic office work.
I see.
Something to make sure that ends meet.
Is there anything in there about any sort of marriage or anything like that? Is that kind of public record? Because that kind of stuff should be in public records also. Any marriage license or whatever.
Yeah. You see that he was married to Kier's Hyder. Kier's being like this.
So close. Years. Okay. No information on her, really?
Not a whole lot. You don't really figure out about, like, any work, that she may have or anything. Lots of sort of vague information that you end up, coming up with, and at this point of the day, you don't really find anyone, around the area to sort of help you out further, get information.
One last shot in the dark. Do I see a death certificate for Akir's Hyder? Anyway.
Yes, you would be
Okay.
able to see that he died, and it tracks with sort of what you wrote about 30 years ago.
Oh, Kier's died about 30 years ago?
Oh, for Kier's, excuse me.
For
No.
Kier's.
No.
Yeah,
No. My bad. There is no death record for Kier's.
Okay. Means maybe she's still alive, and maybe we can go talk. I doubt I can get much more out
Yep, that is
off of a 5.
that is sort of what you get off of this, and it
Thank
sort
you
of-
for giving me that much,
yeah,
honestly.
it sort of takes the whole segment for you to really get that. And while that is happening, Z, you notice a few of the kids that you saw before, sort of walking up to the house that you guys. How are you guys staking this place out? Are you guys just sort of standing in front of it? Are you off to the sidelines?
Well, since I think the front door is most likely to open and spew out a few bodies, that's where I'm watching.
Okay, so you're right in front of the door?
Not right in front of the door. If there's like a sidewalk going up to, like, I don't know, some stairs on a porch or something, right around there.
Okay, so you're in front of the house, essentially.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And then
I feel like I
Enlil?
would be doing wide laps around like the block.
Okay. Cool, cool. And Lil Willy, what are you doing?
Looking, I'm gonna be on a rooftop nearby, just overwatching. Um, you know, looking down. Well, when I'm up there, I'm gonna be just trying to look for people. I don't know if there's any like people that just kind of hang out in the neighborhood area. You know what I mean, nearby. Do I see anyone that would be anyone at all, pretty much?
You actually see a group at House 4. Um, people around, like, I would say 17, 18, hanging out in front of that abandoned building. But other than that, nothing in particular.
Oh, sounds like I'll go have a conversation.
All right. You zoom on over to them.
How old were the kids, by the way? I can't remember.
The kids who are missing.
Yes, correct.
14 to 16.
Okay, thank you. What's up, my fellow teenagers? Holding out his hand, his arms, hoverboard in one hand, the other, thumbs up in the other.
I can't believe you just. Okay. Hey. How well known are you here in Fairyhook?
Oh gosh, I forgot we're in Fairyhook.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they have anything mana tech, they've probably seen me.
Yeah. They sort of roll their eyes and they're like, "Hey, Lil Willy."
Hey, fellow kids.
You want to do hoverboards?
Hey, I see y'all hanging around these haunted houses. What's the deal with them?
The haunted houses?
Yeah, well, I've heard about them. I used to, back when, back when I was in my youth.
Oh my
20 years
God.
ago. Oh, back in the day, when we listened to, things on vinyl and, tucked our shirts into our pants. The good old days. Maybe wore suspenders if we were feeling a little spicy. The
One of
haunted
them-
houses were the
One of them
thing to
with
do.
like a sort of black jacket, just sort of gives out a little chuckle. It's like, look, we're not here to deal with whatever haunted mumbo jumbo you're talking about. These houses are fine. We always come and hang out in front of at least this one and the one next door. And I mean, nothing's happened to us. No spooky monsters have jumped out to get us.
Listen, it's not that something's happened to you, because honestly, frankly, if something happened to you, you wouldn't be here right now, would you? No, I didn't think so. I'm gonna try and manipulate someone.
Okay.
And I'm
Say what you're going to say.
Yeah, I'm not rolling it
before.
until I've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. Tell them what you want them to do. Okay. Well, tell me what you know. Maybe I'm sure people talk. I'm a kid. I was a kid. Whatever. Kids talk. People talk. So what have you? Well, let me know what you've heard if you haven't been there or know of anyone necessarily. You know what I'm trying to ask for. Words. Come on, kids. Go with me. Yeah, that's what I thought.
That same one with the black jacket.
That's what I thought.
That same one with the black jacket. Just sighs and like sits
Tell me what
up,
you know.
stops slouching. They're all just sort of sitting on the porch of this abandoned house. So he stands
you
up.
look like someone who knows something. Come on, speak up, kid.
Stands up and is like, okay, if it's gonna get you off of our backs, this is pretty much what we've heard. There's, like, 30 years ago, there was this couple who used to live there, and they got in some big fight, and one of them stabbed the other. Apparently, one of them was working some dead-end job, and got tired, upset in some way, and I don't know if I quite necessarily believe any of that, but that's what a bunch of people are saying. And that's why apparently people have been going and checking out the place, and it's a bunch of nothing.
Oh, people have been going. Well, have they been coming back? The people that you say people have been going, so you must know them.
Yeah, there's a few people. I mean,
Are any of them here tonight?
yeah, and points down to um, one of the people next to him, and she
What's
sort
good,
of
playa? Talk to
just
me.
rolls her eyes, and she looks sort of stereotypical goth teen, and just sort of rolls her eyes. It's like, yeah, I went there, there was nothing there, and I left. It was just old buildings and broken windows, nothing out of the ordinary.
So, wow, this is a story, a rumor from 30 years ago, and you're still talking about it. Why is that? Had it gone away for a while or something? Yeah, I listen to the things you say.
Don't know. All I know is that recently people have been talking about it and building it up to be some sort of spirit mumbo jumbo, which I'm not denying that they don't exist, but there's definitely not
Honestly-
one there. I checked.
Hmm. Do I get the feeling she's telling the truth or that she's hiding
Yes.
something?
Yeah. You definitely feel like she's telling the truth.
Well, thank you, my fellow youth. I suppose I'll be out of your hair per the agreement with Mr. Man in Black here. And with that, I am off to go share with the class what I've learned.
Cool. I would say that just simply the presence of Z and Enlil, sort of definitely a group comes by and sees Z standing in front of this place, and they sort of walk away. They don't really want to interact. But you can definitely tell that they were thinking about like going into the house just from how they looked like they were sort of sneaking around as just a group of teens. And cool.
Z is like leaning against a post or something, looking at the house and twirling a blade.
You know, as it be.
Z turns to any groups that pass by and smiles.
You definitely see one person like pull out their Manatech phone and like dial a number and just continue walking.
Okay.
But yeah, cool. I think that brings us to our next segment. Dusk. The sun is pretty much down and the lights are starting to disappear from the sky. You guys have a name, a little bit more information. And it is at this point that probably James just sort of leaves the public records office and gets a call.
Oh,
Hey.
hello. Yeah.
Hey, this is Sarah. I came to let you guys know. There's a few different things that this creature could be, but it's most likely looking like... Man,
There?
I'm sorry. I'm not super sure if this is actually what it is.
Just give me some options. What are some of the things it could be? You don't have to narrow it down to one.
It could be a phantom. There's a few other spirits, but based on, it's hard to say. The most important thing is, though, that I can give you guys is what it was doing when it appeared is it was hunting. And whenever any particular
Oh my
spirit
gosh.
whenever any
Feeling
particular
earlier.
whenever any particular spirit hunts, they only can sort of do it for a certain amount of time. Spirits tend to, not always, but tend to have sort of an area that they claim as their own, and they sort of control everything in that area and make their own space within it. It's almost like they can, like, reset the space in it. Most importantly, though, each one has a different way to make it corporeal, and that is the most important time to strike.
Okay.
From what we have here, the few options, it's either saying its name, getting it with some sort of salt or something like that. Another one here is asking for its age. Tends to set them off in some way. The only problem is they're only corporeal when they are enraged, and all of these things make them very, very angry. It could also be none of these things. There's several other options. There's lots of different ghosts, spirits. One of them just goes off if you talk loud enough next to it. It's hard to say.
Okay. I mean, we can try some of these things.
Of course.
I mean, the more options we have, the better. Not really looking forward to enraging Phantom or whatever this spirit is, but I suppose that's the job we have. Thank you so much, Sarah. If you find anything else or know of anything else useful, don't hesitate to call.
Of course, I will make sure to let you know.
Awesome. I'll relay the rest of the others.
Click. So,
And I will go to the others and relay the information.
excellent. So, the four of you are now in front of this house at dusk, with that sort of information at hand. What do you do next?
So, we're allowed to strike when it's corporeal?
Seems that way. I'm sure there are ways to injure it while it is incorporeal, but I'm not sure if any of us have any of those capabilities. Seems like making it corporeal is the easiest way to defeat it. At least that's what Sarah was alluding to.
Does that count as a weakness?
One might even call it a weakness.
So,
So we just
we
have
need
to-
bait.
Dibs.
Wouldn't we just have to go into the house and anger it? And then
Yeah.
when it becomes corporeal, then it's just strike it down.
Would I have been able to pick up salt on the way over there too? 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know how many of us are gonna have had salt just on us. She did give
Keep
that as
a-
an option.
I always keep a salt and pepper shaker on me. You never know when you're gonna need some of the good old razzle dazzle seasoning. You know, the Lil Willy signature. You know, salt and pepper is all you need on a good steak. Let me tell you.
Oh my god. Yes, I would say you were able to pick up some salt on the way. And
Okay.
some of the other things that were suggested, you pretty much come with a small bag of ghost hunting tools. That
Is this where
including...
we begin with thermometers?
I would
I'm gonna go
say
get cameras for ghost orbs. Dibs
the
on truck.
figures that you have, or the physical things that you have, is like a can of salt, a ultra bright flashlight, and then just sort of the information that you might have.
Yeah, so saying its name, which it seems like this is Lucas Hyder. Hitting it with salt, talking loudly, asking how old it is, and then just try and beat it up.
So why does knowing how he died, matter?
Sarah
Because
was
I was talking with some kids, you know me. I was blending in with the crowd, you could say, and gleaned a little bit of information from them. But does it even matter? Is the question.
I think Sarah was indicating, or Candace, one of the two of them was saying that knowing how it died can tell what type of spirit it is, possibly. And different spirits can have different ways to deal with them. So I think that's why that was important.
Gotcha. What
And
What emotion
depression
would-
and being stabbed isn't good enough?
Well, it
Yeah,
seemed.
well, depression is more of the how they were feeling when it happened. Yeah, that's still important as well.
Well, the question is, which one of them had the dead end job, and which one did the stabby? Because I'm assuming Lucas was killed.
I would know from the public records that
Yes.
Lucas was the one that had the dead end job, which
And was the one that was stabbed.
yes, because
Oh.
they did have a death certificate there for it.
I was making sure it wasn't he had a dead end job and stabbed his
No, looks like he was the
whoever,
one that was stabbed.
and then died. Okay, gotcha.
I think Willie should lure it out, and the three of us should hide and wait for it to come out. And I'd
wait.
like
The house?
to.
Wait, I like this plan a lot more until someone else says I should be bait.
Or
I did say someone should be bait, and you volunteered.
shouldn't we all four go in and
Oh, of
attempt
course,
to
we're all
anger it?
going to go in. We are
Rather
all
than
going to go
bait, we can be in a strong defensive formation.
I agree with this.
I shall bait.
in. Are you sure we'll come out if all four of us are there?
Better to try
I can,
this first.
I can do what I did last time. If you guys stay in the main area where we met last time, I'll just go up and come back down and hope it gets upset.
I would rather us all be in the same room.
Do what you do last time. Almost get captured and almost get killed. Great idea. Strong starting point.
Yeah, well, they're just gonna shred some more stairs, dude. This time you can stand at the bottom and watch and applaud as I get down.
Once
So,
we
I
enter,
believe-
I would like to read a bad situation.
Okay.
I think we just go in and try this out. I think a strong defensive. I think bait is just asking for us to get picked off in some way. I
Okay.
think staying together as a group, this is the right time to do that.
Let me figure out the song that I'm looking for here. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Cool. It should be this. Set the volume first. The four of you take a step in, and at first, nothing necessarily happens. What do you do?
I'd like to read a bad situation.
I
My music is playing twice. Sorry. I don't know why this is.
it
We'll
was.
start.
It
Well,
is
it
no
was
longer.
until you
It
said
was.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of got scared when it stopped and you asked a question.
I want to
Sorry.
read a bad situation. Music cuts out instantly.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the wrong.
Sorry, it was
option.
double playing for me. That's why I paused it. It's the Roll20 stuff is being a little weird. That's the wrong song. Fuck. Why are you
We've
double
only
playing?
had one full success that wasn't a 12.
Why are you double playing? All right, fuck it. I'm just gonna play this off of.
We're too strong.
We got like 12s and fails. We were like not in the middle.
If you guys also want to hear it, just
There it is.
jump into this Discord stream real quick because Roll20 is not working for me. And
Okay.
it is playing the music twice for me, and it makes it a little terrible to listen to.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So, I think Z's attempting to read a bad situation here.
All right, go for it.
She already rolled it. It's 11.
11, cool. You get to hold 3. So you can use these immediately, or you can use them when you so desire to ask questions from the read a bad situation list, which are, let me read them for the audience. What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? And what's the best way to protect the victims? You may use those immediately, or you may hold on to them for now.
I'm gonna use one of them. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
You look around, and currently there is nothing extra that you have to worry about. It does not seem like there have been any sort of traps or anything laid for you guys since you left last time. In fact, that lamp that you guys, as a test, moved to the other side of the room is still there. And it is soon after you sort of do this quick look around and investigation that the door slams shut behind you.
Bring it on.
And,
I was about to go upstairs.
and the curtains close. You hear a noise coming from the master bedroom.
This is what I heard last time, guys.
And I will be drawing my sword.
I will.
I draw out my Athame.
Okay.
I'm gonna hop on the hoverboard and kind of do like a little fly around the room. Staying mobile.
All right.
It's shredding time.
Get up there and make this thing corporeal.
Oh, get up there?
Not
Okay,
already
I'm on it.
becoming corporeal.
Okay,
You said it, I'm doing it.
okay. I'm going upstairs also. He's probably faster than me. Though.
Okay.
I'll draw it out, don't worry.
The
Don't
two of
worry.
you go up. Do the
draw
rest of you follow?
I thought we were doing a defense.
No.
Okay, so Z stays down by the door. Enlil, you going upstairs with them?
Trust me,
I mean,
I got this.
If they are actually leaving said defensive formation to go up the stairs, I will follow.
Okay, then yes. So you stick with them. So the three of you get to the top of the stairs, and you see at the end of this hallway is some sort of shadow. And it turns It sees the three of you, and it starts sprinting.
Is this where I get to roll the strike?
If you would like to. Do you want to kick some ass?
I would.
Okay. Roll plus stuff.
Is everything okay up there?
Yeah, we'll bring it down in a second. I presume.
Incredible.
Nice.
Mark experience.
More experience.
Can I help out?
If you want to, yeah. Anybody here can help out, except for Z, who is downstairs. So either James or Lil Willy can help out here.
Do I hold that experience?
Do not. Okay, never mind. Do not mark experience.
I'm
Okay.
coming in. I'm coming in there.
You get a mixed success now instead, thanks to Lil Willy's help out. So you deal harm as well as take harm. Now, this thing, it's strange. You take a swing at it with your sword. Describe your sword.
I can only describe it as it looks like a perfect and beautiful katana that seems to glow only when I strike. Only at the moment of strike, and no further glow.
So a bright light flashes as you
Like white flames.
as you swing this sword through this creature. It passes through. You can see it step back for just a second, and it does seem like it dealt some amount of harm. But it lunges forward after, and since you've put yourself in front of the group, it sort of just tackles you and take... What is you have 1 armor, correct?
Yes, 1 armor.
You have 1 armor, so take 1 harm.
Okay.
As this thing sort of tackles you, and you almost lose your balance, but you are still able to keep it. James Lil Willy, this thing is right in front of you, and Enlil is just barely holding back this thing as it sits in front. What do you want
to press all the buttons of the things she told us could make it corporeal. I want to throw salt at it and start yelling very loudly its name right at it. Lucas Hader, get off of her! Get off of her! And just hucking handfuls of salt at it.
Lucas Hyder comes out of your mouth, and you see this thing's whole body was this Vanta black. You see 2 bright red eyes appear on what would be its face, and this mouth stretch across the whole width, and its lower jaw drops, and you see 2 lines of sharp white teeth as this thing screams. I am going to take one of my hard moves here.
Oh, no.
And
God, you have so many of those too. Oh no.
this thing, Lil Willy and I don't know why, James, you 2 are pushed to the side of the hallway as Enlil and this thing go just tumbling down the staircase as it seems to strengthen. And Enlil, you notice immediately, like, there was some sort of, like, ghostly pressure before, but now this thing is physical. This thing now has power, and you feel it as you tumble down the stairs with it. Take 1 harm, ignore armor.
Oof.
I'm gonna use my last hold. I had one left from way long ago. I'm gonna use my
Reduce
last
someone's
to
harm suffered by one.
reduce
Yes.
Enlil's harm suffered by one.
Nice.
Okay, wait.
That's so good. He had that from.
Do
Yeah,
you get,
because he didn't
do you
use.
get to hold 3 or 2?
He had
two.
sold 2. He only
Oh,
used
yeah, and
one,
you weren't
'cause the
able
other
to
one
use
wasn't
it on
acting under
that. Yeah,
pressure.
yeah, that's
he was
fine.
gonna
Yeah.
use it.
Cool.
Yes.
So I can go back to 6 harm?
Yeah.
What
One
it
harm, I guess?
do?
You are... describe how you help out. Lil Willy.
Oh my gosh, they were so far away. I know I already did it, but I kind of want to do a sick grind maneuver down the stairs and just like, kind of do like a, what's the thing where you like bring the board up so that I'm like, laying down like, what I mean, horizontally and kind of block it
Okay.
with the board.
So, Enlil and...
Just trying to get in the way, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Enlil and this spirit go just hurtling down the stairs, and they land at the bottom, and this spirit is like on top of Enlil, about to take these now formed long, sharp claws and run them into Enlil. And as you come down the stairs, you sort of like knock its hand to the side with your board, and as the claws come down, they land right next to Enlil instead of in her. Z, you can now see this thing, and you can see Enlil and Lil Willy down at the bottom of the staircase now.
I thought you said you had this handled.
I said I would bring it down to you. Here it is.
He did say that, and he did do that.
I think that. Let's see here. I'm gonna do some magic.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm going to enchant my Athame. Does that work? There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. So roll use magic then?
Nice.
Aha.
Okay, that is successful. And you, what does this sort of look like?
It looks like a very pointed dagger, and I'm enchanting it, and it gets a dark red glow along it, and I'm gonna start making my way towards the creature to attempt to stab it.
Before you are able to do that, now the round would essentially be reset now, so everyone now has another action after Z sort of used magic there. I am going to use another one of these hard moves. Hold on, I need to.
He's got so many though. Which one is he gonna use? He's got like 17 hard moves on us at this point. Like, we should all be dead.
Enlil, you see this creature disappear from above you, and from the corner of your eye, you see it now appear in front of Lil Willy, and it grabs you with both hands and just picks you up effortlessly off the ground. Like one hand on each arm, just up. It now has Lil Willy in its grasps.
Wait.
Can I roll to protect?
Yes, you can. Roll protect, so that is plus tough.
Nice.
Finally, the first
And
successful
mark
roll.
experience.
Oh,
Oh, I'm
you
mark
still
experience.
get experience for that. Holy shit, that's so cool.
Wait, does this count as a monster capturing me? Because it feels like a monster captured me.
I think she just
No.
protected you from getting captured.
No, you are not. I would consider for future context, and I'll tell you when it happens. When a monster capturing you happens, that is like you are fully taken away from the rest of the group.
Gotcha.
So, ba-da-ba-dum. All impending danger. Which one? You protect them, okay. So since Little Willy hadn't necessarily taken any damage yet, you don't have to worry about that. What extra effect do you want to take? You successfully knock Little Willy out of the grasp of this thing.
I feel like I, as a player, want all impending danger focused on me, but the only way I can see this happening is if I inflict harm to get the monster to drop Little Willy.
I feel like that's a good point.
So I feel like inflict harm is the option.
Okay. You manage to, as you sort of knock Little Willy out of its hands, you do it with your sword. There's another flash of white flame, and Willy is dropped from the... I will add some harm there. Willy is dropped by the creature. Blech. Keep wanting to call you Lily.
Lily.
You just automatically know how much harm her thing does. Is that why we're not saying the number? Or
Yes.
Okay.
Because there's also other things I'm taking into consideration that I don't want to sort of, I guess, give away. Also, the protect someone, inflict harm doesn't necessarily deal the same amount. So...
I see.
Yes. Cool. What do the rest of you want to do?
Kick some ass.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's corporeal now, so I'm guessing the use magic of banish a spirit isn't gonna just insta get rid of it, because I feel like that's a little cheap. There's no way you would let us just do that. So kick some ass seems like the right option. I feel like there's something else behind this.
I
It
feel
can't
like
be that easy.
banishing it would just remove it from this location
Yeah.
temporarily, and I feel like that would be a
We want to
defensive option
Yeah,
for
we
if
wanna
we need to
destroy
escape.
it. So I'll let you go first since you said kick some ass first. See.
Right?
All right.
Roll me a
I
plus
wanna
tough.
stab it. Okay. Isn't that just rolling kick some ass though?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah.
the same thing, but yeah.
That is
Nice.
a mixed success. You deal some damage to it, and it deals some damage to you as well.
I
Let me-
deal 3 harm.
You run up to this thing's back, and you drive your weapon into it, and it reels back and just backhands you, and it sends you rolling across the floor. Do you have... Let me look at your gear real quick. Okay, take 2 harm.
Ooh.
Guys, we need a
Music is
plan.
wonderful.
We can't just brawl this thing to death, can we?
We might be able to. Now that it's enraged and corporeal, I think that's kind of the key.
Our intel was simply strike it when it's corporeal.
It is still corporeal, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna kick some ass. Game, come on. Up. A 9.
Alright. Let me look at
So, inflict harm on each other. I don't get the bonus effects or anything.
Nope.
So I also have the ancient fighting arts, so I get +1 harm on the thing.
You run up and hit it for some pretty nice damage. You swing your big sword, quote unquote. Describe how your weapon looks.
It's a long like a broadsword or like a great sword-ish. Normally I would wield it in 2 hands. And it's kind of like not quite straight. It's almost like kind of curvy a little bit, like back and forth, like a swivel almost. And it's just big hulking sword. It definitely looks like something from the Middle Ages. Almost. Like you're surprised somebody nowadays is using that as a weapon.
All right, you take this. I'm assuming off your back.
Yeah.
Only place I could assume that you could store it, and you drop like the bag of stuff that you've already like thrown around since it's enraged, and you just take this sword as you come down the stairs and swing it overhead and get a clean hit into its shoulder. It screams and runs back. Like it's already sort of facing your direction, since that's sort of the same direction that Z was. And it runs up, grabs you with its claws. Your armor sort of eats the hit, but it then disappears with you.
Wait.
You can tell that the hunt is still going on, because there's no signs of like the curtains going limp or anything, and you guys now hear a thud in one of the rooms upstairs. As James, you know that you hit the floor of one of the smaller, what looks to be kids' rooms.
Great. And is it in here?
Yes, it is in there with you.
We heard the sound was upstairs.
Yeah, you would have heard a large thud. from
Yes,
upstairs.
you guys definitely heard that.
We need to give
Upstairs.
chase.
I'm chasing. Charging in.
This is a new round of actions. Since Willy, I'm gonna eat your action since you got grabbed the last time. So,
Okay.
so new full round of actions. James, let's have you do yours first. What do you do?
Oh boy, oh boy.
You can try to get away from this thing with some act under pressure. You can try to fight back, so on and so forth. You still have your weapon with you. I will tell you that.
That's good. Okay. I was hoping it came with me.
Yeah.
Is the door closed to this room?
Yes. But it doesn't. I mean, it's hard to tell, but you wouldn't think that it would be locked or anything.
I want to try the door and get out into the hallway if I can.
Okay, roll me some act under pressure.
What is that? Cool? Okay.
Yes.
11.
Nice.
You manage to slip
cool.
by as it takes another swing at you, and grab the door, and you burst into the hallway, away from it. Enlil, Z, Willy, what would you like to do?
I'm running right in. I'm grabbing my board like a baseball bat. We're gonna come and give it a whack. Gonna kick some ass.
All right. You see James come out the door as you go up the stairs, and you sort of swap
Run right
places with him. Like, he goes by you and you run by him, and what could go wrong? Charging into immediate danger.
Charging into immediate
Alright.
danger.
Charging into immediate danger.
That's such a good move, dude.
Run at monster. So you're doing kick some ass?
Certainly. Yeah, let me roll that sucker.
Do I get to move this round, or was that my move getting out into the hallway?
That was your move.
Okay.
Yeah. Putting some
Bring
distance
it
between
on.
you and the monster.
Good enough move for me.
Yeah.
I did something right.
Let's go!
Woo! Mixed success.
That was pretty close.
So you're hitting it with your hoverboard, right?
Yeah, I mean, technically I have 2 weapons, and one's a golf club, baseball bat, stick, whatever. I'm using a hoverboard as a 2-harm, hand, innocuous, messy weapon.
Okay. I'm assuming that's pretty much exactly
That's-
what your
He said that
golf club
very
is.
fast.
Okay, cool.
It's the same. It's the exact same as the bat.
Okay.
It's just way funnier if you use the
It's just
hoverboard.
a reflavored bat, but it's just a hoverboard.
So James hurtles out of this door, and you swap places, and as this monster comes back, you wind up and knock it like right in the jaw, enough that it sort of staggers backwards a little bit. For 2 harm.
I'm gonna
you
blow
can-
one of them to do an additional harm.
Okay. You can see that this thing is not looking like it's starting to not look good. Its eyes glow brighter. The sort of red hue becomes this really deep crimson, and in retaliation, it lunges forward at you and bites down and goes to bite down. Enlil, I would say you were probably following right behind Willy.
Yeah.
You see it about to bite down. What do you want to do?
Am I in position for protect someone?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm about to roll that.
Mark
Two
another
experience.
experience. By the way.
New experience.
Mark-
You should use protect someone.
Yeah,
Yep.
Mark 2 experience.
Oh my god, it's gonna be like
Um,
level 7.
I
You
know, it's so
don't-
good.
You don't quite get there in time. In fact, let me see if there's any. Where is your? Okay, I want to see if there's any other specific thing it says. Okay, no. So you don't get there in time, and this thing takes those 2 rows of teeth and bites down into Lil Willy's shoulder, and you see blood splatter on the floor as Lil Willy, you take 3 harm.
Holy
You okay there?
no! Ouch. I'm screaming, but I'm not gonna do it in the mic.
So
Z hasn't gone.
Z, what do you do?
So it is currently has its eyes on Willy, right?
And its teeth.
Yes.
And its
And its
teeth
teeth.
in me.
Yeah, I heard its teeth. Just
I'm sure you
checking.
heard the screaming.
I feel like the teeth is more important than the eyes, but yeah, sure. It's good.
I'm gonna stab again.
All right. You run up to stab. Roll me some, kick some ass.
All right.
Man,
Oh my gosh.
Mark experience.
Mark, remember there's
We're
always
gonna be
luck,
s-
Smiles.
Man, we are going to die such high level characters. It's gonna be amazing.
So, if I have all 5 blocks of experience, do I grab an improvement here or later?
Later.
Yeah, it'd be after the fight.
Okay.
You can, I guess if you wanted to, you can mark off whatever one you want, but yeah, you would not get the benefits until later.
Okay, thank you.
Unless you can come up for a reason with it now. That would be the only exception. But, yeah, you run up to stab this thing, and it throws Lil Willy to the side. And just before your knife gets to it, it brings those claws out and sort of stabs into like the side of your abdomen. Take 2 harm.
Okay.
I believe that puts you into unstable.
Unstable is once you have 4, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Willie, are you also unstable?
I've only taken 3. Wait, you've taken 4 now, Z?
Yes.
Yes.
You gotta
Okay,
hit one
I'm-
more at the bottom of the stairs too.
Then I'm gonna use my last hold to bring that down to 3, so you're no longer unstable.
Nice.
Okay. Cool. So as you are thrown, you sort of hold on to one of the arms that are throwing you, and it makes the blow glance off a little bit from Z. So only take 1 harm instead. I think that is everybody. New round of actions. The thing is close to dead. You can tell.
I would
Some
like to do
ass.
something.
I'm still out in the hallway, so I kind of have to act last this time.
I want to do something quick.
Okay.
I want to cast my rope.
Alrighty, roll me plus weird. That
Wait.
is a mixed success. You all see, describe sort of how, like, is it the red eye glow from before?
No, because I have to do, like, I speak some words that you don't quite comprehend, and I also do some ritual gestures, and I hold up my athame briefly, which actually I don't think that requires it. You see this darkness cover up my face, and a smile quite similar to what the monster has. It comes, folds over it, and these eyes flash.
Okay.
What the monster sees is a different story.
So you all see that, and both Z and the monster freeze in place for an indeterminable amount of time. TM.
Hell yeah.
Everybody who is like going to take an action, you get +1 forward.
Oh,
Nice. So to sample with my thing, do I need to like make a kick some ass, or is it what kind of role is that to try and sample this thing? Like I'm using the wrong words. The thing that
I know what you're trying to say.
what do I need to roll to do that?
Are you trying to essentially cut a piece off of it?
Sure. Yeah.
Just roll.
I mean, can I
Plus.
lop it off with my sword?
Yeah. Or roll,
lop off
roll
its
kick
head
some
body.
ass.
Okay. I get +1 forward as well.
Yes.
nice. Good thing you had it.
All right.
Oh god.
Yeah, I will say, because you are specifically trying to like get a piece off of this thing.
It's not gonna do as much damage.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have it
so-
do as much
fine.
damage, but you make out good. You get like
Good.
the sort of piece, and you very quickly snatch it up.
Yeah. And I still did some damage, so that's a plus. It's a plus.
Is it my turn to kick some ass?
Yeah, go for it.
Tough default submit +1 forward.
Yep.
Oh,
The
Keeper.
14.
I would like to inflict terrible harm.
Enlil, you with a
Oh wow.
flash of white light, you bring this katana through like hip to chest on this creature, and you see it start to, like, slide. You feel your blade go clean through, but it's not like before. This thing is in half. And it falls to the ground. And you hear the curtains fall from their stiffness. And the creature is dead.
Let me know when the effect ends.
You are able
I
to
am
move
going-
shortly after it dies.
All right.
I'm
The
going to
blackness
Oh.
withdraws from Z's face, and it sounds like a gooish noise, and it seems to slip into their mouth, and it is gone.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yummy.
Man, I'm real glad I sampled that before Enlil just fucking destroyed it. Jesus Christ.
I'm going to immediately read a bad situation with a +1 forward, looking for the victims.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
I have a
Is that-
hold on that, by the way.
I haven't
Yeah, he's
yet.
so old.
Well, I didn't. Oh wow.
Let's
Wait,
find these kids.
Okay.
a hold on that. Has whatever. Because I haven't done an action yet.
Okay. Go for it.
Oh.
Actually,
Great
I'm going to
experience.
say that you don't even have to do that right now. Combat has ended. So, so you guys hear sort of 3 thuds in the master bedroom
Oh.
after this thing hits the floor.
Oh, are we finding a body now?
I mean, technically, those that are living are still bodies. They're just alive.
Yeah. But yes,
Oh, I didn't
let's go.
see alive or dead.
Let's rush to their aid.
Let's go find these
Yes,
bodies and not
indeed.
go find any corpses.
Please don't be
Ready,
dead.
break.
Can't have dead kids on camera.
You open the master bedroom door and you see 3 kids on the ground. Z, you would recognize them as the same ones that walked in. 2 of them are alive.
And one is not.
One is looking in similar shape as Lil Willy's shoulder right now.
Oh yeah, that hurts. Well,
Would I know if use magic for healing will do anything with that, or is that kid gone?
You're not sure. You don't know if this is from immediate looking in. You would not assume that this kid is alive. And if they are alive, you know that they probably don't have long to live unless you do something. So,
Yeah,
would you like to do something?
I'm gonna try and do something. I
Alright.
think use magic is the only thing I have that can try and fix that. So
All right, roll plus weird.
Yeah, 11.
nice.
Describe how this looks.
James rushes over, and you see this large, like this ball of white light begin just kind of accumulate in his palm, and it just grows larger, larger, larger until it's about the size of like a little bit bigger than a softball, and you see him just kind of press it into the kid's chest. Hopefully that does something.
You hold after doing this, you see some of the like lines of teeth marks and claw marks start to slightly heal over, and you can feel a pulse when you hold your hand up to them. They are still alive, and you should be able to get them to a hospital.
They're alive, but they need attention fast.
Is there some
Yes.
sort of like emergency, number to call for things like this?
Yes, there is a hospital. There is also Middletower itself, for any sort of those needs. Jackie can also do that, so it is up to you guys.
Say the other two might be fine with a regular hospital, but not quite knowing still what's going on with this kid might be better at Middletower with us.
I agree with that assessment.
Either way, let's get him out of here.
Yep.
Seems logical.
Cool.
Calling up the hospital people as we get out.
Parents?
We'll deal with the parents as soon as we can. It's more important to get them somewhere safe and then notify them.
You all get everybody back to sort of where they should be. And you get the most injured one, who was Rick, over to Middletower. And Jane and Luke, you take to the hospital. Notifying each of their parents. And Jim, is one of you sort of at the hospital, waiting for the parent to get there? The parents,
Yes.
I guess? Okay.
Yeah, I'll stay with them at the hospital.
Okay. Lil Willy, you see Jim sort of come through the doors after being notified that his kid was still alive. And you walk back with him to Luke, who is in a hospital bed and currently unconscious. Oh my gosh. Is he okay? Is he alive?
Well, he's alive. I assume I would know by
Yeah.
the nurses or whoever that he's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna be okay. It's gonna take some time.
Oh my
Even though
gosh.
there may be some whatever physical damage has been done, I'm sure the trauma won't just go away. But he's gonna live.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Willie. I cannot stress how happy I am that my son is back.
Well, glad you're here. Holding his shoulder. I'm gonna go. Get myself taken care of now. Thank you for coming so quick. He's gonna need you.
And he nods
Thank
and
you.
stays by Luke's side. I would say probably when you got to the hospital, they gave you some
Yeah.
treatment, but
Okay,
you
good.
were adamant about staying with Luke until
Yes.
things went over. But do you head back and get treatment from Jackie, or do you get treated at the hospital?
We'll be fine. I'm not unstable. We'll be fine heading to the Middletower.
Okay, yeah. So
Probably a cheaper bill too.
you
Put the price on the team instead of me paying for it.
I'd say if you're heading back to Middletower for treatment, you're going to see that fancy ball of light trick a little bit more, because guess who's got their off time in the medical bay?
Do I get to say hi to little Willie in the medical place?
Yes, I would assume you would also be there since you also took harm.
Yeah, are you guys all?
Yeah,
have a
we're
bunch
all
of
like
harm?
3 harm.
I have one
Jesus.
harm.
Yeah, Enlil only took the one.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right.
I was gonna be like, you guys were all at 3? Oh my god. Okay, if she's only at 1,
Yeah.
that's a little bit better.
Enlil can eat a hit. Built differently.
Just built different, honestly.
So you all are now in the medical bay, and Jackie
What it
is.
do?
Oh. Hello, Raiders. You are treating, or you're being treated, and I guess treating, by Jackie and James
What it do?
as I guess the hunt has sort of wrapped up, and Jackie is sitting there, sort of scolding Z and Willy for getting in harm's way and getting hurt. It's just, how do the two of you like immediately respond to something like that?
I wanted to try it out this way this time and see what would happen, and it was interesting, so I believe the harm was worth it.
Feel like, some sacrifices were necessary. I did what I had to do. And, the pain, I'll be honest, pain kind of sucks. It kind of hurts pretty bad.
And just
But
as
I think that enabled us to succeed.
just as you say that, you feel a cotton swab in one of the wounds, with some, like, cleaning
Hydrogen
alcohol.
peroxide?
Yeah, with some cleaning alcohol and oxygen peroxide, and just dips it in the wound. Yeah, well, in my personal opinion, it's never really worth it. You should try to be a little bit more careful, so to speak. Well, I'm just glad that none of you were harmed beyond repair. All of your limbs are still there, and, well, this is going to take a little bit of time to heal, but you'll certainly be okay, thankfully. None of you will have to stay overnight. It should be treatable here, as he sort of wraps up Willy's shoulder again, redoes the bandaging that the hospital did, and sort of mutters under his breath how it's bad. Enlil was fairly easy to treat. Essentially, that was James' doing, since it was only a little bit of harm.
Yeah. And
I don't remember when I took harm. Was it just like
When you
the
fell,
first haymaker?
I think
Yeah,
it was the first haymaker,
was the
yeah.
first
Because when you fell
haymaker.
down the stairs, he prevented it. So,
yeah. It was the first time
was
you went to swing at it, so...
yeah.
Probably just a light bruise on the arm, or maybe a heavy bruise on the arm, but still,
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
It's just a flesh wound.
And
not even.
what of the kid?
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
there's a kid here.
He's got to be in our.
Oh, were you
equivalent
asking
of
that
an
in
ICU.
character or out of character? Out of
In
curiosity.
character, I
In character?
guess.
Okay.
What of the kid, Jackie?
He's fine. Isn't coming to at all. I'm not sure if it's shock or something else. They're definitely alive, but I'm going to keep them here for a little bit and make sure nothing out of the ordinary happens. And of course, with your help here, we should be able to make sure that he makes a well and good recovery.
Yeah. I'll stick with the kid. I feel partially responsible. We could have gotten there sooner, taken care of it, but
Well, if it makes you feel any better, unless you got there before the kids got there, I don't think you would have stopped this from happening. Thankfully, it seemed like the blood loss and such were somehow stopped, but it's like the body was put into some sort of stasis for like a day. It looks like he would have gotten these injuries like as soon as you attacked.
interesting. Well, at least we know we won't find any more kids with with the same troubles.
Yes, absolutely. All right, and he stands up. The rest of you should be able to go. James, if you want to stay with the kid, so be it. I will also be here. The rest of you are effectively discharged.
Mm.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
I'm assuming that Candace is still at the front desk.
Yes.
Cool, I'm gonna go talk to her. Gotta
Uh,
follow up.
Cool. You head down, and Candace, who saw how you looked coming in, sees that you are all patched up now, and is like, glad to see you safe, and, well, as good as you can be.
I give like a kind of like a tired smile, doing the whole like exhausted walk. I just sit down on one end of the chair and just like put my hand on my forehead and just kind of look up. I'm like close my eyes like, oh. I don't know how they do it, Candace. I don't know how they do it. That's ridiculous.
Yeah? Rough first hunt?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know if I could keep doing this. Not just like I don't get it. What is it about these people?
Well,
How can you just be fine with this? With what happened? Like shrug it off like it's nothing.
which part?
I don't know. I've been laughing about the whole thing all day. Everything's funny. Everything's funny. But I tell you, I don't get it. This just like the monsters, the danger, the people that the people you care about almost dying. I don't get it.
I would say it
He's
probably...
just shaking his head.
Probably around the same time, Enlil, if you were leaving, and same with Z, I would say you guys would be coming down the stairs and overhearing this as well.
And I was just about to say I owe you an apology.
I
It
wouldn't
seems-
know.
Finish what you were saying, Enlil.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that I owe William an apology. You held your own in a fight a lot better than I expected.
Thanks, I guess. I don't know.
You seem to have quite a talent for acting under pressure.
I don't know. I just kept moving, I'm just glad no one got seriously injured.
Hmm.
I'm sure there would have been. I don't know. I feel like me being there just kind of got in the way,
I'm sure that it will happen at some point. Are you prepared for it?
Hell no, dude! I almost lost an arm today. Next time I could die.
But you're alive.
Yeah, but is it worth it? How many other people have to die for this to be fine?
I wouldn't know
I
the
mean-
answer to that. I've never known anything else.
Unfortunately, Willie, this is just sort of how the world works. It's monsters, and not the kind that are told about just being under your bed and whatnot. These are real, living monsters that are just appearing in our walls, and that's what we're sort of here for, to keep people like that boy you guys brought in safe. As safe as we can.
I know. It's just not fair, man. I mean, I know these are real. I mean, I've lived in the shadow of a monster my whole life, ever since my parents were taken. But I mean, what happens when we don't succeed, right? What about the people that care about us?
Well, we find the way to limit the damages. The only other way that I could see getting finishing this is figuring out how the monsters are appearing or why. But currently that seems a little above what we can do right now, unless you have some information that I don't.
Sometimes you'll have to figure out how to let them go.
You mean the monsters or the people?
The people. You can't succeed at all the time.
Well, we can try our damnedest to.
True.
And Candace stands up looking at the clock. By now, like, quite some time has passed, and it is probably
Certainly.
around midnight to past it. And Candace stands up and stretches and looks at the clock and goes, well, if you are going to be staying here for the night, there are a few empty rooms. If you are going home, feel free. I am going to go rest for the night. Thank you all for your very, very hard work tonight, and next time, I'm sure the hunt will go even better. You're all proven to be very, very capable, and I'm glad that I could have you on this team.
Yeah, I guess, patting his shoulder, I guess our ball game's gonna have to wait a little bit.
Well, when you feel better, let me know, and maybe I'll have to take an... looks down, or looks over at the clock again. Just maybe an hour off and go play with you. Show you who's really good at ball, and she sort of waves to everybody and heads upstairs.
Well, with that, I'm off. I assume y'all are staying here, so I've got a long walk back to Fairyhook to go home.
No. I think I'll be up a little longer.
Well, good night, and thanks for having my backs in there, y'all. See
Good
you
night,
around.
Willie.
And with that sort of solemn ending, I will give a little bit of a wrap up. I forgot to mark this song. So I will use one that I have at my disposal. I think this one works. I'm pretty sure all the songs on here are a little too sad for what I'm going for, so I think I'll just raw dog it. We figure out about a day later, with all of the information that has been gathered and sort of compiled, that the creature in question was indeed a phantom, known for being hostile, locking in their prey and chasing them down, causing insanity in their victims, and even being able to sort of trap their victims on another plane. They are spawned from anger, but a very specific kind of anger, something more along the lines of jealousy. And they try to essentially kill or capture anything that has life the way they wanted to have it. And they simply weren't able to. Time goes on. It is definitely apparent that this hunt is clear and over with, and you guys have successfully fixed the problem. That is, by all means, considered a successful hunt. I want to do quick end game stuff. A few of you will be familiar with this sort of process. Let me
Indeed.
bring up the thing real quick. And how we do this is I am going to ask you guys 4 questions here. And if you get any one of these right, you get 1 experience. If you get all 4 correct, you get 2 experience. So let me bring up this sheet.
That's different than last time I saw it.
Yes, it is a little
Did
bit
we
different.
stop watching your little stream?
I mean, it doesn't super matter either way, but yeah, you can, since this is effectively over. So, did you conclude the current mystery?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you save someone for certain death or worse? And this is a party thing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Hmm.
The world?
I don't think so, to be honest.
Ghosts
I mean,
are
we
real
learned
in
about
this
little
world?
institutions like the hospital and the phones and
We also
you know,
learned that, I mean, there's
station.
got to be way more than just 4 abandoned houses in
oh, true.
Lacrimosa. Who knows what sort of horrors could be hiding even just a couple blocks away from us? We've always got to be on our toes.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. I would say the other big thing that you guys learned is how spirits work.
Oh, true.
From like a world setting.
Yeah.
And then finally, did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
Absolutely not.
Learned a lot about Z.
Yes.
That is a lot of strange talents.
Bodies.
Yeah.
And
Would
also,
you call that a body
apparently,
fascination?
James collects samples. Not sure what those are used for.
I mean, we were told to bring monster samples back to do stuff with.
True. The Middletower, they've said that bringing samples back can help them with identifying monsters and stuff.
Oh, so that wasn't part of your class?
It might have also been.
Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. 61 half a dozen of the other. Let's say I killed 2 birds with 1 stone, maybe.
So for every question that was answered there, is that a mark of experience?
Yep.
That is
Alright.
since no. So since we got all questions, that is 2 experience for everybody. Everybody gets to mark 2 experience.
I gotta count how many times I hear.
And what if I'm capped at 5?
Then you
track 5
can
and
go
all,
back.
yeah.
Then you can go like up to 2 essentially. So, like you get to mark the 1 level, and then you get 2 experience on top of that. So you can choose your improvement now, and we can decide the implications of that during the RP session.
Did you get 2 improvements in 1 hunt?
No, just the 1.
Just the 1
And
and
I just-
3 experience.
Immediately want +1 tough.
All right.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That
That's
sort
so
of fits
good.
in with your downtime activity as well, as you were honing combat skills. So
Yeah.
cool.